Hey guys, it's RJ the Fed. We're gonna hear another live streams. Live streams, back-to-back live streams. So we did a live stream last night while we were sick. Still getting over being sick today. I think we're ready for another little sippy sip, another little drink. Move my keyboard out of the way. I'll type if I need to. Get these comments rolling. Tater Dom saying cheers to everybody. Welcome. So, Adam from MajorXero held up this bottle of Shanky's Whip made in Ireland last night during the live stream and said that this stuff tastes like vanilla Dr. Pepper. So we're going to be trying it. We don't have any Dr. Pepper to try it along with, but we'll definitely be able to tell because we're from Texas. Dr. Pepper basically runs in our blood down here. William saying howdy. Got Chris Jenkins in the house. Josh still overdressed. Yeah, I got a shirt on today. Sorry, guys. My dad wants to know where his beer's at. I mean, he just needs to come on over. Whenever he wants to come over, he's more than welcome to. Wade is in the house from Bourbon Hall. There's Chris Jenkins doing the Lord's work, plugging everyone's channel. So there's a link to Wade's Bourbon Hall channel. So if you guys want to check him out. We also got some other special stuff today. So we have the bottle that Adam recommended, that Shanky's Whip. We got a special bottle. This is from Italy of limoncello. My dad's in the house. He's actually him and my mom went out there and was able to bring this back. So I'm going to try that on stream tonight. If we don't like the Shankies, we do have the Scatterbrain peanut butter whiskey. And then the other two that I'm excited to try tonight, and hopefully Jeff from Drizzo will come out so he can see them. We've got two different meads that his wife made. So this one's labeled 1 because this is batch 1, and then 2 is their second batch. So I'll be trying these. It looks like we get a lot of sediment build up in the bottom, so I think we get a pretty good separation. So I'll just have to slow pour these so we don't get any of that sediment in. So I think I'm going to clear off some space on the table, and I'm going to start with pouring these up so we don't make a huge mess or get that sediment mixed in, because it's a lot of the yeast, so we don't want to deal with all that. I'm trying to take her advice on how to do that. So got my water cup. Got a cup of ice as well. We'll move to the side. Water on my phone so we don't make a mess on that. Whiskey bank in the house. We're going to use, we'll just do one at a time right now. That was kind of scary. I don't know how loud that was on your guys' camera or on your audio. Not your camera, but your audio. That was loud. That was under pressure for sure. She said to slow pour it, because if you slow pour it, you won't get all that sediment. I'm not sure how much to pour up, so we're going to pour up a decent amount, because I can always re-bottle this later if I need to. Ooh, it's got some smell to it. See if we can get this back on here and crank it down on it. Ugh. Oh, it's loud. Well, now I know what to expect for the second one. Did you guys hear that when the seal broke? We're going to see if you guys can hear it on this one. Pretty crazy. Slow pour this one too. We won't pour up as much in this one. Ugh. I guess I should have started with how's the audio, guys? Can you guys hear me? Audio good or bad? I just got to assume that the audio is never good, so hopefully the audio is good. You guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can't hear me or if there's any issues going on, and we'll try to troubleshoot them on the spot. Chris says, sounds good. Perfect. We're trying to keep this in here too, because I know you guys said that when this mic wasn't close, we were getting a lot of cutting in and out. So Drizzo, his name's Jeff. His channel's Drizzo. His wife actually made these meads, batch 1 and 2. She said, I believe the first one, it didn't get quite to the profile that she was looking at. She said it was a little bit more on the bitter side, I think is what she said. It wasn't as sweet. And so the second one was a little bit more sweet. And she said that even once you batch these, you can still alter their profiles if you want and kind of sweeten them up or straighten them out, however you guys want to do that. So I'll be excited to see if she perfects this. So batch 1's probably going to be the most raw version, and then batch 2 will be a little bit different. Kind of crazy to look at it in the glass. There's a little bit of sediment in here, but not much, and a couple bubbles, not a whole lot of bubbles. That thing was definitely under some pressure, though. Very wine tasting or nose. Got a lot of honey, a little bit of citrus, almost like a lemon peel. Definitely get a lot of honey. I think she said that she has a batch that wasn't ready yet. That she was using honey from like local honey. The honey she used for these, I think she bought off of like Amazon or something in bulk. Honey's very expensive. You guys didn't know. And to make mead, it takes a lot of honey. It tastes like a lemon flavored white wine. Best way to describe it. Not really a mead person, but I mean, I think it's really cool that you have someone that's able to make like their own alcohol. They have all their little filtration systems. They've got their fancy water, all their honey. I don't really know the whole process if you guys have ever had mead before on what all that entails, but I heard it's pretty labor intensive up front and a little bit of labor intensive on the back end, and in the middle of it, of just waiting and letting it sit. Yeah, it tastes like a white wine. Little bitter notes to it. Nothing too crazy. We're gonna move over to batch 2. Try that alongside 1 and see what we think. She wanted us to do a review on these, so we're definitely going for the review. This one's way more honey forward, way sweeter on the nose. Yeah, this is trying to find like a description on what I can think of other than just honey, like because that's the main ingredient for the most part. It's just a lot sweeter. Like, oh, it's super sugary. So it still has a citrus taste to it, but it's a lot more muted. It's extra sweet on the nose, but it's not as sweet on the palate. Definitely interesting. Not sure what the desired profile is, but batch 2 is definitely sweeter than batch 1. But batch 1 has a nicer flavor as far as if you like lemon. It's got a little bit more of a spice, like a little bit of a bite on the batch 1 compared to batch 2. Batch 2 is a little bit more well rounded and smoothed out. It also looks slightly lighter in color. Not bad. We're gonna set those to the side though. I don't know if we'll touch those until later again. Next on the list, we got a fancy pour, the Shanky's Wit. I do actually have a glass of ice because it says you can enjoy this over ice too. Yes, Adam, I did start early. I'm notorious for starting early. We just get it scheduled so everything looks right before we go live. But 7:45 is not 7:45. It was actually 7:35 for me. So we got this Shanky's. We're gonna try to see if we can open this up. Remember, guys, plastic is my biggest enemy. I will struggle with this plastic until the day I die. Maybe if I just manhandle it. Nope, not gonna work either. There we go. I got it. It has this pull tab, but I just could not grab it. No fingernails. trash later. It's fine. All right. We'll pour this up in glass 3. Just taking the cap off. Yeah, it is a screw top. Just taking the cap off on this bad boy. The smell is super strong. Very, very vanilla forward. Super dark in color. Oh. Wow. That just looks super sweet. It's not just brown though. It's got like this dark red color. Very similar color to like what Adam said, Dr. Pepper. Has like a butterscotch note to it as well. Absolutely. Back to back lives. This one is all about MajorXero's pick of this bottle right here. Seeing if he's got a trash palate or if Irish whiskey actually tastes like Dr. Pepper. Hey, there he is. That's Jeff from Drizzo. I just tried his wife's meads at the beginning of the stream. We'll come back and try them again because we still have glasses that are poured up with quite hefty pours because I'm not sure how much of that we want to drink tonight. But the first one was a little bit more on the bitter side with a little bit of lemon. And the second one had a lot sweeter nose, but was kind of like mild. There wasn't a whole lot going on the actual palate, but definitely something different going on between the two batches. It tastes like a white wine with lemon, and the other one tastes more like a white wine with extra like amount of sweetness from the honey. So I guess the honey ratio is probably a little bit different. So tore up. Yeah, he said supposed to put on ice cream. We don't have any ice cream at the house. If we do, I don't know about it. My wife might be hiding it from me. But we do have a glass of ice, so we can try it over ice. But first, we're going to try it neat because we like to try the thing neat so we can kind of get a good idea on it. If you guys haven't already checked out Drizzo's channel, Chris Jenkins just plugged his channel, so feel free to click on that link. All right, let's try this Shanky's whip. Man, that's sweet on the nose. It's low proof, guys. It's 66%, or sorry, 66 proof, 33% alcohol. So bottled and blended in Ireland. So it smells very, very sweet. Adam said it's good plain or good with ice. I just tried it plain. It does have a Dr. Pepper note to it, but it's like super sweet, like sugary sweet, like syrup sweet. Oh, John, you didn't miss much, man. We tried up the meads. I still have more in the glass, so we'll go back and try those again. We'll talk about them again too. And then we just had our first taste of this Shanky's Whip, that bottle that Adam was talking about. We needed to get, so I actually found that today. It's like $24.99. I think it was like $28 after taxes. I think this is low enough proof that my wife will actually enjoy this. Otherwise, we do do be hiding the ice cream though. Yeah, yeah. Irish bourbon cask. Keeper's Heart. Haven't heard of it, but I bet it's good. There you go. Tater Dom wants to make his own mead, Jeff. You're gonna have to hook up Tater. If you hook Tater up, though, tell him in order for you to give out the instructions and the ingredients, he has to claim his sample pack that he won because he won a sample pack and he's yet to claim it. So make that a contingency. Oh, me ping Shadow. See, Shadow's talking about he's drinking some Basil Hayden and watching some DVR. Let Shadow know we're live. In case he missed the invite. Kind of a last minute idea to go live, but this is pretty good. But we're gonna go ahead and just grab the bucket of ice right here, a little cup of ice, pour it over ice. We'll let that cool down a little bit. Swirl it around. Let it chill for a second. We'll try it here again in a second. Natter Jack is the bee's knees. So, Jeff, I went to 7 different liquor stores today. 2 of them I've never been to before, or it's been a really, really long time if I have. And they didn't have Natter Jack as well. I still can't seem to find it. Still looking for it. I know you told me there's a store in Fort Worth. I just don't want to drive all the way out there today. Not during rush hour traffic. Hey, Beach Sand Bourbon's in the house. The Shakey's live up to the hype. You know, we're talking about trash palate, and I don't think it's trash. I just think it's overly sweet, even more sweet than Dr. Pepper. Maybe it's like Dr. Pepper if it was made with cane sugar, which they do make that, but without any carbonation. But we're gonna try it over some ice. I think the ice is the way to go because it dilutes it just enough to where it's more enjoyable. Adam said his wife likes it too, so yeah, I think my wife will definitely like this stuff. This is pretty sweet. It's pretty good. You heard him, Tater. Yeah, because I'm calling Tater out. He's gonna freaking claim it. Yep, you still owe me an email. Come on, Tater, send me an email. Claim your prize or delegate to somebody else. I'll give it away on this stream if you want to delegate to somebody else. Hey, Gunner's in the house. Gunner, your package was dropped off today, so that's a done deal. It's on the way, brother. Plug in Beach Sand Bourbon's channel right there if you guys want to check that out. Jeff says that Apple Jacks has the Natterjet cast strength now, but the problem with that is if you guys know where I live, that's all the way up in Denton, so that's an over an hour drive for a bottle. Damn, I might have to. If I can't find one down here, I know I need to go to that store in Fort Worth that you sent me a link to. I haven't been able to go over there. It's like north where my parents live. Toro said he'll take Tater, so if Tater Don wants to delegate to Toro up, he'll take it. Little room left in the fancy cabinet. Okay, no, so we reorganized the cabinet, guys. There's actually more room. So I got more room up top for like samples and stuff. I can move those Blantons. All those Blantons, that's the full lineup of B through S. We have the full set. And then we have a couple boxes in the back, but we actually have some room behind there. And then on the bottom shelf, we actually have a decent amount of room too. But I think we can consolidate pretty much everything into one. So uh, sorry, I got some message. I'll see what it was. We can talk about that off camera, Gunner, and I can tell you how I do it, but we won't talk about that on stream. Jeff said he'll pick me one up. Yeah, I mean, if you pick me one up, I might need to get 2. I can send you the money, but I noticed that you sent money via Chime because you didn't have PayPal or Venmo. So do you have Zelle? Because I don't know if I want to go through Chime. I can if I have to. Speaking of Chime, I got a piece of mail already from them. They want me to get a Chime card. They've already sent it, but I didn't activate it. I transferred the money. So when you sent your donation, I got the $10 you sent me and then a $15 sign up bonus. So I got $25 for that. So that's pretty cool. Also, double check the very old St. Nick's here. We have our Harvest Rye, Summer's Rye. They're about 165. So I was actually looking at that Harvester Rye. I think that one is the one that if I had to get one, it would probably be it. I'm not sure about the Summer Rye. I'll have to look that one up. I know a couple different guys. I think Carlos from the Whiskey Corner, he has access to Old St. Nick along with a couple other people. I think that will be one of my next tater bottles that I'll buy. I don't know if I'll pay full price for it. We'll see if we can find one cheaper. Some of these guys, they know that whatever they have in their store is worth whatever they're selling it for. We're going to see if we can find a place that doesn't really know what it's worth. So we'll see if we can get one a little bit cheaper. Beach Sam Bourbon giving cheers out to everybody. Oh, your fancy cabinet. Yes, yes, you do have a fancy cabinet, and I know that you don't have a lot of room in it. This man sent me a link to his cabinet, like a link to buy, and he puts mine to shame. Yeah, my cabinet's like maybe a tenth of the cost of yours, maybe even like a 30th of the cost of yours. All right, guys, we're gonna cast judgment. Shanky's whip isn't quite Dr. Pepper. I'll say that. But if you want something that's like super sweet, like syrupy sweet, it's got some good dark notes. It has a butterscotch, a very heavy vanilla. It has like a light toffee, some chocolate flavors going on. It kind of fits the profile of that Dr. Pepper, especially in the glass without ice. The ice is definitely necessary for me to help dilute it because it was just too syrupy. I think my wife will fall in love with this bottle, and I think this will be hers. But for the price of under $30, it was like $28 and some change out the door. Um, that's pretty good, and I bet if you did buy Dr. Pepper, I'm not prepared, guys. I got this bottle today, and I didn't think about buying Dr. Pepper while I was out. I bet if you mix that with Dr. Pepper, it'd be even better. Jeff says all the money goes to her anyway. Bitcoin is the only way to send value. If you know, you know. So the two that you just said are 8 years, but they have a 15 year, a 17 year, and I think a 20 year. But the 15 years, I think, are the limited releases. I think there's 3 or 4 different ones. But I want to say Very Old Saint Nick has about 15 to 20 different bottles offerings. The StreamYard link is pinned, so if anyone wants to come out and drink, we're actually not going to be drinking any kind of real whiskey tonight. We've got the Irish whiskey that's like the dessert pour. The next one we're going to pour up will actually be Scatterbrain, which is a peanut butter whiskey. Also, wouldn't consider that like a real whiskey; it's a flavored one. And then we have a special pour, which I have a special glass for. I just don't remember where I freaking set that special glass. Oh, I set it up top. Let me grab that glass real quick. We got our fancy little Scotch glass that we got from our Scotch kit that we'll pour that limoncello up in. That limoncello came all the way from Italy, so it came from a pretty cool bottle. It's got like a little flower that sticks out on it. Limoncello, pretty cool. I'm excited. We'll have to open that too. That'll be a struggle because it's got plastic on it. Ooh, he wants me to show a link to the cabinet. I don't know about that, man. That's a pretty expensive cabinet. It does look good though. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I don't know if I'm not gonna share. I'm not gonna share. I'm sorry. Adam says put it over vanilla ice cream. I think that would be a fantastic idea, but I don't think we have any ice cream, so it's just my 2 cents. Beach Sam Bourbon says hit that like button. Remember, guys, hitting that like button doesn't cost anything. We got 15 current viewers. We have 8 likes, so we're short a few likes, but that's okay. You guys don't always like my content. I understand. Jeff said he'll be in shortly, so whenever he comes in shortly, maybe he'll grab some of the mead from his wife so he can drink some mead with me on camera and talk me through what I'm expecting or what I should be expecting. Mike keeps cutting out. We're gonna scoot forward then. All right. Hopefully our mic doesn't cut out anymore. We've got it like angled downwards because we need to be talking directly into it like this. Beach Sand Bourbon. If the mic's still cutting out, man, let me know again. We're gonna try some different things. We can change the gain. We can change the directional on it and how it picks up. Hopefully this will sound better though. Hey, Steven's in the house. I'm thinking of starting my own YouTube channel. We'll be sampling chocolate milks. Would you rather be sampling chocolate milks, or are you gonna do some golf? Because I know you got golf in the books. Beach Sand said it sounds better. We just changed the gain a little bit too, so let me know if that sounds any better too. If that sounds worse, I'll change it back. We're going to pour up some of this scatterbrain. Said both. He's going to be doing chocolate milk while he's on the green putting. There we go. Bug in the Sun nailed it. It said samples of chocolate milk on the green. That's hilarious. He typed that before I said that, but I was definitely thinking it. Maybe me and John need to be best friends if we're going to be thinking the same thing. We might even be twins. Tater Dom says it still sounds okay. So this Scatterbrain, I would never buy this bottle ever, guys. The only reason why I have it, and it was an open bottle when I got it, it was from my buddy Dave's house. His son Brandon had brought it over, and I figured it'd be cool to try some flavored stuff because it's just something different. Strong peanut butter nose, just like any flavored whiskey should be if it's flavored that way. Speaking of flavored whiskey, guys, Crown. Have you guys been able to find Crown in your area? I've been looking for the new Crown Blackberry, just released. It's still on the eastern coast, I believe. It hasn't made it to Texas yet, but I do plan on buying it. Vanilla cake isn't terrible. That's good to know because sometimes for people who like sweet stuff, might be ideal to buy some. I think Scatterbrain's probably one of the better brands for flavored whiskeys. That's just my raw, unedited opinion on that one. We're gonna take the Scatterbrain though and pour it over ice. Everything's better cold, especially if it's flavored. If it's just regular whiskey, I don't mind drinking it neat, but flavored stuff needs ice. Yep, came in today. Oh, Gunner, it already. What came in today? I'm confused. Better not have been something I sent, because if I sent something, it's already made it to you. That was fast. Chris said he got it yesterday. I'm not sure what we're talking about. What are we talking about that came in? I'm so confused. Oh, you guys are talking about the freaking Crown Blackberry that I just talked about. Duh. I just asked you guys a freaking question and you're responding. I feel so stupid. Jeff, give me the thumbs up if you're ready to come in. I see you backstage, brother. Double thumbs up. Here you come.
What's going on, brother?
I think
How are you today?
Looks better.
Yeah.
Check your audio one more time.
How are you doing today, brother? Can you hear me? Mic check, 1, 2.
You're a little quiet. Are you able to turn it up at all?
Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2.
I can hear you. I just got to turn my audio up on my end. I should be able to hear you now. I got you up higher, so.
Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2.
Sounds good. I got you turned up now, so I can hear you.
Awesome. How are you today, brother?
I am well. I went to a couple different stores looking for that Natterjack. I found the bottle that Adam recommended. It's low proof. It's 66 proof, and it's very sweet. And I figured, I'll drink that on stream tonight. It was kind of a last minute plan. And then I figured, if we're doing non-whiskey stuff, because I don't consider this Irish whiskey or this flavored whiskey really whiskey, I figured I would try the meads from your wife because I thought that would be really cool. And then the last and final one for the dessert, I've got some limoncello from my parents. They brought this all the way back from Italy.
Wow. I bet you that's going to be really good. So we're drinking non-whiskey. Is that what you're saying?
It could be Irish whiskey if it's as long as it's not Natterjack, because I consider Natterjack real whiskey, so I don't want to include that in there and roast them.
Let's see. I think I got something over here.
Bacardi 151 in mini bottles. Bacardi 151 in mini bottles sounds dangerous. Tore up. What is that? I don't know what that bottle is. I don't think I've seen that before.
So this is Flor de Cana. This is Nicaraguan rum. This is made in Nicaragua, obviously.
Okay.
It's the only rum I'll ever drink because there's no additives, there's no preservatives, there's no dyes over there. So there's no fillers. So this is like the cleanest stuff ever. As far as rum goes, this is a 4-year one. This was a gift from a liquor store that I used to work next to. The guy would always give me stuff just because he appreciated conversation. But there's a 4-year, 7-year, there's a 12-year, and there's an 18-year of this, and all of them are just freaking incredible for rum. So
I don't really drink a whole lot of rum, but the last bottle that I have, and it's still sealed. I haven't opened it yet. It's from my buddy Sam. Whenever he comes over again, I got him a Dorley's 14-year aged rum. Comes in a cool fancy box. But
where's that made out of?
let me grab it. We can talk about it.
Yeah. I'm interested in that. What's up, chat? How's everybody doing today? Oh.
I want to say it's Barbados. Most of the rums I drink, they're from Barbados.
Yeah.
Yep, it's from Barbados. St. Philip, Barbados. Distilled and matured at Foursquare Rum Distillery in St. Philip, Barbados.
Oh, it's a Foursquare. Okay.
It comes in this fancy little box.
That's dope.
The window opens up, and then the box, the sides actually kind of break apart, and that gives you just enough angle so you can pull the bottle out from the bottom up.
It's a good looking box, man.
And then it's got this cool little wax seal around the neck of it.
I like that.
So the 12-year comes in a box too, but it's just one of those boxes that you just kind of take it out of. It doesn't really do anything more for it than that.
Yeah, it's still pretty neat though.
But this is actually a gift for one of the guys I work with. So,
hey, Buggin, if you know where to get that Crown Blackberry, I would love one of those bottles. I'll send you the money. I'm having a hard time finding it just because it's a one-off that Crown's doing. So I've always wanted to try it.
You'll just have to wait for it, Jeff. It hasn't dropped in Texas. It's East Coast only right now, from my understanding.
Oh, is that why it is? Okay.
Because I've been looking for it. They said it hadn't made it here yet. I went to 7 stores looking for it today.
Yeah, because I've got a lot of regulars that have reached out to me and asked me, like, hey, do you know where to get it? Because, we really just want to try it.
Great. Googly moogly. That's Jeff from Drizzo.
That's funny.
I love style mead.
Yeah, that's probably one that I would really, really enjoy. I actually almost picked up the salted caramel. They still had it at one of the specs.
Oh, they have a ton of the salted caramel at the Total Wine that I was at today.
Yeah, it was like $26 or $28, something like that. Something I thought about picking up just because my wife really wants to try it. But I mean, since we're on your stream, we might as well hear about it. So I have a phone call with a distillery.
Okay.
Coming this week to be the general manager of their head distilling company in the restaurant.
That would be pretty cool.
It'd be pretty dope. It's in Richardson, Texas. I'll tell you offline where it is, just because I don't want to get my hopes up and then it not turn out. But I'll tell you what, one of the first question they asked me, what's your favorite Will Ferrell movie?
Did you answer back, Buddy the Elf? What's your favorite color?
Oh no. I said, did you talk to my fucking drum set?
Step Brothers.
So yeah, we'll see about that. And then a major bowling alley with a full bar and entertainment just reached out to me. I have a phone call with them tomorrow morning, so that will be pretty neat.
Hey, Mr. Jesus has made it to the stream saying, "What's up, guys?" and cheers, everyone.
What's up, brother?
So we're gonna take the Shanky's Whip. We're gonna actually blend it now with some Scatterbrain.
Is that peanut butter?
Peanut butter whiskey with some basically like vanilla corn syrup is basically what I would describe the Shanky's Whip as. We got ice to water it down, and I've got some water. I might pour a little bit of water in there to dilute it.
Dude, you're bringing me back down to nostalgia track, dude. We used to do, what was it? Screwball and Chambord to make peanut butter and jelly shots.
Yeah, this stuff is super sweet, so we're going to water this down.
Oh, goodness.
Got a glass of ice water. We're just going to pour some of that in there.
Do you see, what is it? Sonic is doing a peanut butter bacon burger now.
I did not see that.
Oh, my God. I kind of want to go buy it just to say I had it.
All right, so we mixed these two together about a 1-to-1 ratio, just eyeballed it. We added some cold ice water to it. Still got some ice left in it, so we'll let that sit for a second, then we'll try that. Dr. Pepper peanut butter. Yeah, that's kind of what we're going for right now. A little bit of a sweet taste to it.
Don't drink too many of those, man. Your head's gonna be pounding tomorrow.
Yeah, you said that. I still have the mead that I've been drinking, which I know will make my head pound if I drink too much of that.
No kidding. I think the second batch came out at like 5 or 6%. It's not like super high. I think that's why it mellowed out a little bit because the other one was a little higher proof. That's why it was kind of like a sour mead, if you will.
So that first one, it tasted very citrusy, like a lemon,
Yeah.
but it was still sweet. It was just mainly like a lemon flavored white wine, is how I described it. Batch two was definitely sweeter on the nose, but not necessarily sweeter on the palate. It was sweeter than one, but it wasn't sweet as in it wasn't like a sweet wine.
Yeah.
It didn't have a lot of the citrus notes that I got from the first one though. It was a lot more muted. It was
Yeah.
almost like a watered down white wine, but it had a lot more of the honey. I think she used more honey in this one because I know this wasn't the batch that she used the homemade honey. This is still the Amazon honey for both of these. But the next
Yes.
batch, she said she has the honey that's going to be local. So
Yeah, that's already being made right now. I believe we're doing midway through, we're doing blackberries in it. So that's going to be good.
The muddy one, he took the fam to Olive Garden. Did you get the endless soups and salads? I'm not really an Olive Garden fan, but I'm basically a human garbage disposal, and I eat a lot of food, so I might need something like that.
See, I was never. So the funny thing is, when I was growing up, Olive Garden was where like I would ask to go for my birthday every year, and I would always get the tour of Italy, and I would eat like 2 full things of salad and like 5 breadsticks. Like, so it's kind of nostalgic to me, but yeah.
This is pretty good, actually. It's because I added water to it. Watering it down
overly
definitely
sweet?
helps.
It's not overly sweet.
No, it's still overly sweet. I just think I need to add more water to it, but it tastes much better with the extra water in it.
Gotcha.
We're gonna just go ahead and like top that off with water. I got like water all over my tray now because
That's it. We got to do a GoFundMe for a new tray.
that's a TV tray to be fine. It's hilarious though because everyone talks about how this wobbles and they're like, "Why would you put expensive bottles on this and do bottle share videos with like 30 bottles sitting on it?"
Listen, we're gonna upgrade you to the double wide TV dinner.
Hell yeah!
Get you one for the what was those really big ones, the TV dinners that came out? Yeah, they're probably like, I don't know, like 8 years ago. Hungry Man's, is that what it was?
Yeah, Hungry Man's. There's a good, but they're like 1,000 to 2,000 calories depending on which one you get, and they have more salt than you need. They have like 200 to 300% your daily intake of salt.
Golly.
Did you like the new cabinet though?
Dude, I love that cabinet, bro. That is beautiful. My wife goes, we were watching on the TV before the kids were getting ready for bed and everything, and she was like, golly, it's a lot of blends. I was like, yeah, I know. It's like walking into the back warehouse of a Specs and they tell you they're out.
So the blends that I have on the shelf, that's B through S. I have the full lineup, and then I have the 2 infinity bottles that are the ones with the labels taken off.
Oh.
And I have another bottle of Blanton's in the cabinet, or in the closet, I should say, not the cabinet, in the closet for my son's birthday.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that one. So that's pretty cool, man.
We had 2 extra Blantons at one point. We actually were able to get rid of those.
Nice. Let's see if we can share this to my YouTube channel.
Anybody who's currently watching right now, I did put the Discord link down in the chat if you're not a part of that Discord. If you guys are interested, we're going to go in on a case or 2 or 3, depending on interest, of the Rebecca Creek Spanish oak. That is the double barrel Spanish oak. That is the hashtag Texas Stag that you guys have been looking for. I'll be buying it 6 per case is how it breaks down. Yeah. I will not be able to buy all cases at one store because each store does not have enough available. So I might have to go to a couple different specs, but I think we're going to buy it so we get the case price. And we'll make sure we get those out to you guys. If you guys want multiple, just let me know in Discord. I've got a running notepad, so we'll put them down. But I get a
what are they running?
I want to say they're about $57.99. So after taxes, they're around like $62 to $65, is give or take. I'd say about $65 plus shipping is what I've been saying. But
yeah,
I don't think we'll need to ship to you. I think I can make that drive.
Or I can make that drive. I got plenty of free time,
Steven likes the new shelf. Yeah, so this one's a tater proof / child proof. It has a lock on it, so
You need that.
it's got the glass doors, but you can close it. It's got a little lock. I got 2 keys for it. The shelves are 100% adjustable, so these shelves have actually been adjusted since last night's live stream. I've got a little bit more room up top now to where I can fit more stuff. We shortened that second one, but we can still fit Blanton's on it. And then our bottom 3 shelves can actually fit our tallest bottles, so we have plenty of room for tall bottles. That was my main concern, is I didn't want to buy a shelf that the height of the shelves were 14 inches, because I have certain bottles that are 16 inches as height. And if I ever get into tequilas, Don Julio 1942 is a very tall boy.
And very overrated and will give you a headache the next morning. So.
I'm just trying to think of like one of the tall ones. Clase Azul is another one you can get that's a very tall bottle that you might not be able to fit on that shelf.
I thought we'd already talked about getting a giant bottle of Willet.
Oh, the Willet pot still?
I heard that's one of the greatest ever made. Like better than like Elmer T. Lee or anything.
I do have an Elmer T. Lee on the shelf now.
You did say you're getting a bottle of that.
I got that. I got the 13 Colony Double Oak showed up.
Ooh.
I do have a couple more bottles on the way too. I finally have a tequila coming my way that I might actually like, guys. I got Fortaleza. I got the Fortaleza Blanco on the way. I don't really drink tequila, so I don't know if I'll do a review on it, but it's definitely for the crowd whenever they come over. I got a big Hispanic following that they love tequila, that like to come hang out at the house with me. And I love to host parties, so I like to have a little bit of everything as a variety on my bar. And if I'm going to serve my friends, I want to serve them the very best that I can get. So even though I have to get this basically imported, because it's an allocated bottle of tequila that maybe drops twice a year, I figured it was worth the money to get for you guys. So whoever comes over, if you guys want to try some tequila, that'll be the one to try.
Well, I'll tell you one thing at the end of this month that I'll be looking for is there's 20 cases of Insolito Extra Añejo coming to Texas. So that's one I definitely want to pick up because it won't be here again until September, I believe. And just like you, I don't drink a lot of tequila, but man, that stuff is freaking sippable and phenomenal.
Sybil says hi to the alcohol guy. I'm not sure who that is, Steven. You'll have to tell me. I do have my phone beside me, Steven. So if you want to just text me, I'll read it, and then you can just tell me if you don't want me to read it out loud. If you want me to read it out loud, I'll read it out loud. If you don't, please put "do not read out loud" as the first phrase.
Right.
So Steven's one of the guys that I actually work with. So pretty cool. I actually trained him for the job.
Look at you moving up in the world.
Okay, so he said he hasn't tried El Tesoro, but it's decent, more available. Okay. Tier of Rono.
See, I don't know if I really ever get into tequila, but some of the bottles just look amazing as like just straight decanter pieces.
Didn't you give me a little tequila?
I did. It should be a Corazon in Buffalo Trace barrels, I believe.
Does it say that on the bottle? Because I didn't see anything about it being.
No, those were sample packs from reps.
Okay. I do have that little sample. I don't know if we'll drink that because I don't want to mix with the darks and the other stuff going on tonight. Because I'm trying to still be able to wake up tomorrow.
Right.
But I will have to try this.
Yeah. That's my Sazerac rep brought that to me, Buffalo Trace rep, and was like, "Hey, really tried to sell me on an entire barrel of that stuff. It's like $16,000. It's absurd."
Oh, the wife. Okay, I don't even know your wife's name. I need to learn her name. I know you refer to me as the alcohol guy / the shirtless guy. I should have put 2 and 2 together. I'm sorry, Steven. He gave me the thumbs up though for if he wants to text me. So Steven, he has more experience than like 99% of the people in my workforce because he's had multiple jobs where he's basically retired from. And he's doing this for right now for the benefits, but he said his retirement job will be he wants to work on a golf course, preferably like a driving range, and he loves to golf. So even before work, even though he works like early in the morning sometimes, he schedules off those early tee times. Like basically as soon as the sun comes up, he's smacking that golf ball down the driving range, ready to go for his 18 holes before work. So
Wow.
When he talked about wanting to do a YouTube channel, is what he made a comment about trying like some chocolate milk and some golf content. I'd be excited.
Right.
Ooh, Tore Up said those Corzine bourbon barrels are rough, very herbal to me. Not a fan. Like $35 each.
Yeah.
So that is the brand that they seem to go with, just because it's Sazerac. But I've seen those bottles for like the 750s of the different barrel aged ones. They go for some crazy money, man. Like
No
they have
doubt.
them where they do them in Blanton's barrels. I've seen them in
Mhm.
BTAC bottles where they'll like, oh, this was aged in George T. Stagg barrels or
Yeah.
William Lou Weller barrels. Like I think they do that on purpose just to hype up the tequila. I'm not going to say the tequila is bad because I haven't tried it,
It is. It's
but
terrible.
I
It's
have a feeling because they're trying to age it in some like super fancy. Like I saw one of them that said it was aged in Pappy Van Winkle barrels.
I believe it.
If that's not a fucking tater bottle for some tequila, I don't know what is.
Yeah, Corazon is like equivalent to like Jose Cuervo level. I don't
Good
know.
to see you, Steven. Thanks for dropping in, man. Appreciate the view time, the watch time, and saying hi.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're all rough. Stay away. Oh shit, if they're all rough, man, like, because I almost thought about like, I'll be honest. I went to 7 stores today, and I do go down the tequila aisle. I look for allocated bottles, and that's actually something I've been looking for. Some of these barrel aged ones, just to pick one up if it's at the right price. But if they're that bad, I'll pass on them. I hear Fortaleza is pretty good though. I know the Blanco is supposed to be about $60. I think I'm in it for about $94 to have it at my doorstep. I think I'm willing to pay up to $100 on that. That's about secondary for that bottle.
Yeah.
The Resposado and Añejo. I have females that come over that are Hispanic. They don't typically drink the Añejo or the Resposado, but I do have some of Hispanic friends that are guys that they would probably drink that. So if I could get one of those, I also know that they have a very limited release. It's once a year. They have their winter blends, but those go for about 300 on secondary.
Golly.
If I could snag a winter blend around MSRP or at least below secondary, I wouldn't mind splurging on that and having that be one of my like super fancy allocated tequila bottles for people to try. I'd be cool to have that for you guys. Ocean is similar to better than the 80 plus tall. See, Tore Up already knows more about tequila than I freaking know. Like I know nothing about tequila. Tequila is like I literally have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about tequila.
Right. The only thing I know is Insolito, and it's only because both his daughters worked for me or did.
Okay, email up. Tore Up said he's going to send me some tequila samples.
There we
You
go.
guys want to talk about a crazy live stream? I'll live stream the samples of tequila, and
Oh gosh.
that whole song about tequila makes your clothes fall off. At least his shirt will fall off. I don't know about the rest of the clothes, but by the time I go to bed, I'll probably be butt naked.
Oh my god. That's why I stay away from it, man.
It's that time of the year, by the way. Did y'all stock up on Girl Scout cookies? I have not yet, but I have been seeing them come through at my work. People have been bringing them in. Flight attendants and flight crew. We screen we screen employees at the airport. My biggest feature for work, my highlight of my day that I can talk about is we deal with insider threat because guess what? People who work at the airport can also bring in shit they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And that's what I deal with. And I've learned the behavioral detection side of that to where I can engage those people and find out if they're telling the truth or lying. And we can pinpoint whether someone's got some stuff on them that they're not supposed to have. And makes for a fun day. And we've definitely found some cool snacks too, like Girl Scout cookies. Thin Mints came through just the other day. So it's funny you said Girl Scout cookies.
Isn't that pretty interesting, man? Because like one of my buddies, he works at DFW. He's was it a flight crew manager? Something, the guys that load all the stuff in the bottom of the plane. He's the supervisor for like the crews that do all that shit. And
What airline?
I believe it's American.
Okay. Off camera, off record, send me that information, and I'll try to make sure I make contact with him and say hi and be like, I'll try to do it in an odd way where I'll approach him and be like, hey, I need to talk to you. And he'll freak out and be like, you know, Drizzo.
Yep, and he will. He will. Yeah. No, he's a good dude, man. He's humble. They actually just got married. December 22nd, I believe. So
yeah, you'll have to probe and ask a few questions like what days he works and what terminal he works in. I'll try to make it happen where I just randomly bump into him and I'll challenge him and be like, hey, what's up, man? What you doing here?
That'd be funny, dude. Yeah, he's a good dude.
So Torup just made the comment that you had made earlier about additives. He said, "Stay away from additives, which are in 90% of tequilas."
Yeah, so all those people that pay for that Clase Azul, man, like, dude, I would sell a bottle of that every 2 weeks, man. That's $39 a shot. People swore up and down by it. I'm like,
The only Clase Azul that I'm looking for is not for me. I'm looking for the 2023 release. It is a limited pink edition. It is to support breast cancer awareness, and it is for a coworker. That is
okay.
the only bottle I'm actively looking for, and I'm trying to get it close to MSRP as possible. But I have not even seen it touch Texas, so I'm assuming it is very limited because Texas never got it last year. I looked everywhere.
I'll have to ask the boys up in Denton, see if they know anything about it.
If they can track one down, I'm looking sub 300. I know that might be a stretch, but I'm trying to find it sub 300, and I'm trying to get it for one of my coworkers. It's very important. It's very important to me because she wants it,
Yeah.
and she knows it's breast cancer awareness. And my grandmother actually, she died with breast cancer, so it's sentimental to me too to help get that for her. So
well, we'll see what we can do. I still have those connections, and those guys are just waiting in the wing for me. So
good tequila is not that way. Just the 51% agave, 49% sugar water lightness gives you diabetes.
This is true.
Well, Torup, if you know anything about Fortaleza, then is that the shit? Is that what's to buy? Because I heard that's 100% agave. They even have the agave topper on the bottle, which is like a pretty signature topper for that bottle. It fetches a pretty good secondary price, which typically tells me it's a good drinker. So it's something that people want to buy to drink, not just to buy to flip. Anything secondary, if it has a double or triple the price of the MSRP for secondary, it's typically a drinker, and they're just allocated or hard to get. I would assume that would be all good to go. Buy it, drink it, no additives. But correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, I know, like I said, Insolito is the only one that I know that doesn't have additives. It's in charred white oak barrels, and that one is pretty solid, pretty good.
Blanco's a good mixing one. Some
Blanco,
of the girls, they don't drink the heavier stuff. They said they don't like the higher proof from the Reposado or the Añejo. So just donate to breast cancer and buy her seat 7. Gas. Okay, I'll look for that if I could find a bottle to buy for. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think she has breast cancer. I think someone in her family does, but the bottle specifically is like not necessarily a celebratory bottle, but more like in memory of bottle. So I don't know if she had someone that passed, but we didn't really talk about all the details. The only bottle of tequila I have that's like specific for a coworker, it's just regular Don Julio's. It's nothing fancy. It's probably got all the additives you're talking about. It's the Spanish Heritage one. It's a metal tin, and it's got Sergio Perez, the F1 Formula One race car driver on it. I got it down here. I'll grab it so you guys can see that.
That's pretty dope.
It's just regular Patron. It's nothing fancy, but it comes in this metal box. Like this is metal. It's not cardboard like your normal Patrons. The lid is magnetic lid top. If I can freaking open it.
Pretty cool.
And then it's just a regular Patron bottle. There's literally nothing fancy, no branding or nothing on it.
You're just paying for the 10, basically.
Yeah, but it's Spanish Heritage 10, so it's got the bees on the top. You got the Patron on each side of it, and then on the front you have the limited edition silver Patron, made in Mexico on it, and then on the back you got the SP Sergio Perez Formula One as the.
That's pretty dope. That's cool.
So these were supposed to have dropped in Texas, but apparently they sold out like instantaneously. One of the mom and pop stores, they had probably about 30 of these, and I was able to pick one up for about $54, $55. So probably about $10 to $15 more than I should have paid for it. But hey, I don't see it anywhere else, and I was able to snag one, so I can't complain.
That's true. I'm still pretty upset at Adam, man. I watched that video a day late, and they had that Jane Walker
Oh
Johnny
yeah, I
Walker
saw your
sitting
comment on
there.
that. You said that's
Holy
limited and that's
crap,
out. You need to
dude.
buy that.
Dude, they don't exist, man. We can't find them down here. Like they stopped making those. It was a one-off release. It's literally the same price as Johnny Walker Black. That's just
Torp is
always
literally just freaking popping off in chat saying Fortaleza is
I know.
especially aged like Reposado Plus.
Hey,
If you can find G4, that's amazing. But so I find G4, regular G4. I heard there's different variants of G4. So if you say I can just find regular G4, is that fine, or is there a specific G4 you're looking for? Because the G4 Blanco, I actually do see, and I've passed on it 4 or 5 times because I knew there was special versions of that, and I was trying to find one of those. All tequila is usually 80 proof. Some are better proofed, but rare. Patron is safe bet and solid value.
Yeah.
Who did Patron? Okay. Patron Extra Añejo, $80 is a shelf keeper for me.
It's only
Man,
80
Torp
bucks.
is just literally just popping off about freaking tequila. Everybody else is coming to like try to talk about anything else. That's probably why the view count's low, because we're talking about tequila right now. No, I do want to try some more tequilas. I'm not a tequila drinker, but G4 Añejo. Okay, I've seen G4 Blanco.
Gotcha.
I have not seen the Añejo, so I'll look for that one for sure. Hey, Mr. Lopez is in the chat. Darker, more aged, Añejo 1 year plus Blanco, no age. Reposado 3 months plus Extra Añejo is 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Plus the best. Okay, so I'm looking for the Extra Añejo, and you're specifically talking about the G4. Is that correct? When you talk about the Extra Añejo, or is that just in general? Is that a generic statement like Extra Añejo?
That's a generic statement. Extra Añejo has to be 3 years plus.
Okay. Peter Dom saying, "What's up to Mr. Lopez?" Chris Jenkins says he uses tequila for the bar.
Dude,
so
I'm telling you, like try Insolito.
I am not a tequila drinker, and I would not recommend any tequilas because I don't drink them. So I wouldn't recommend something I haven't tried. Well, what I will say is I do have people who do drink tequila. So I try to take your guys' recommendations and buy those for my bar. So when I have people come over, I don't look like an idiot serving them some crap. I want to serve the best as long as it's affordable. If it's sub $100, I'll buy it. I'll put it on the shelf. I'll have 2 or 3 tequila bottles, preferably different brands, as options, because a lot of the guys, when they come over and they drink tequila, or the girls that come over and drink tequila, I get a bunch of Hispanic females that come over. They'll drink and they'll do shots. If I'm going to give them a shot, I want to give them the best that I can offer. But I will say the females, they will only drink the Blanco. The males, they'll drink the Reposado de Añejo, or the Extra Añejo, apparently is what I'd be looking for. So I'll definitely be looking for those to have a bottle that's considered like a male bottle of tequila to drink versus a female. I know it's weird to gender specify those, but that's just from what the females have told me, that they said normally the males will drink the aged and the darker stuff. The Blanco is for the females. So I'm learning some more cultural appropriate things that I didn't know before. And thanks to your guys' recommendations, I will be shopping for tequila. I know I don't do bourbon hunt videos anymore, but when I go look at liquor stores, I don't just look at bourbon. I look at all the Irish, I look at all the Scotch, and I look at the tequila. I do look for these things. So if you guys say something, I might not remember it, but it'll catch my mind as I walk past the aisle. And I spend time looking at each and every bottle. So if you guys have recommendations, looks like Torup needs to send me an email. An Extra Añejo is 5 years plus.
Wow.
So maybe we'll be looking for that. Maybe that's specific to that bottle, or maybe that's specific in general. I don't know, but we'll be looking for it. So tequila, if you guys got recommendations, you can put them in the comments on the live stream. Send me a message on Discord, because we have the Discord link, guys. You guys want to join Discord? I was told, popular consulting from you guys as subscribers, you guys wanted me to have my own Discord, even though I was plugging Adam's channel because I really love Adam's Discord, to come check out my Discord. Bug in the Sun is one of my moderators. He's helped me set up this platform. I have no problem bringing other moderators on, but you got to be like-minded. If you can't finish my sentence like Bug in the Sun can, you might not be a moderator for my channel.
That's funny.
Bug in the Sun, I've heard good things about Epsilon, but
Epsilon
definitely knows better than me. So I've heard that one a lot. I've heard it. The pronunciation's very different too. There's a couple different ones out there. I think that's one of those that's like it's a bottom shelfer technically, but it's one of those that doesn't have as many additives because I know
Yeah.
Torp said a lot of them have additives. I think that one actually fits the bill for not having as many additives.
Yeah. Espolon's pretty different, man. Espolon is like your kind of like mid shelf. It got a lot
Torp
of
said it's a
hype.
great budget tequila. Their anejo is $45 aged in bourbon barrels, and their lighter stuff is good too. It's same owner of Russell World.
Oh,
So Wild Turkey Products. Okay, I didn't know that. Torup knows more about tequila
learn
than I
something
do.
new.
Torup is a valuable member of this community. If I haven't said it,
Right.
I'm saying it now. This man knows about tequila, which I don't.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah. Espolon is typically what you use in a lot of happy hour ranch waters and stuff like that.
Tequila is great proof of work because plants are like 10 years old before they make it.
Wow.
Didn't know that. Learned something new again. Tora, you are a wealth of knowledge, sir. If you have
I know,
Discord,
right?
please join the Discord because I spend more time on that than I do email. I know
Yeah.
you have my email. Please freaking download Discord. I know it's for gamers. Download Discord. Freaking join the server. It's in the description now.
Yeah.
Let's talk tequila. Rumor on the street is bourbon is starting to become unaffordable because distilleries are raising their prices to match secondary market, and that bourbon will eventually fall out of favor. Do I think that's true? No, but if it does, tequila is supposed to take the place. In fact, tequila is supposed to be the number one selling spirit in all of America, even in front of bourbon, which I do believe will be the case because I see the
Mm,
Hispanic and the African American community who actively buy tequila more than they do whiskey or bourbon. And with America being as diverse as it is, I could see tequila taking the number one spot as the number one selling alcohol in America. That might not be for a long time, but at least a short period of time. I am a sole believer in bourbon, whiskey, and I like buying the allocated stuff, but that doesn't mean I'm the most popular opinion. So for me to learn more about tequila, Tora, if you don't mind joining Discord and talking tequila, we'll make a specific channel just for you, a text channel just dedicated for Tora and his tequila adventure so he can do recommendations on what to buy,
yeah.
what not to buy. Uh, Bug in the Sun's put LOL. He knows that he's going to be one of the guys that helps coordinate this channel. We might even make it a thread and we'll give a whole new role. We'll make a special role and it'll be called Torup's Tequila. So Torup Tequila will be the channel in this thread, so you guys can check that out.
Right.
This is not sponsored, by the way.
But Raid Shadow Legends, if you're looking.
If you're looking for Raid Shadow Legends, Mr. Lopez says, "What are y'all sipping on?" I'm actually sipping on some Scatterbrain peanut butter whiskey, and it's Shanky's Whip Irish
And
whiskey.
I'm sipping on the finest Buffalo Trace because I still can't taste anything.
I do have a fancy Buffalo Trace bottle, but like I don't know if I'll pop that open tonight or not.
What is it?
I have a store pick from Victor.
Ooh.
And he said there was two store picks at this store, and one of them was more oaky, one of them was more cherry, and he knows I like cherry, so he gave me the cherry.
Nice.
But we're gonna ignore the blends, and we're gonna move to our new glass of limoncello.
Yeah.
Once we finish up with this limoncello, we're gonna double back, and we're gonna try out these two meads. So if you want to drink some mead with me, since your wife made it, I feel like it's almost inclined that you'll drink it with me. How's your battery life and audio working there?
Do what?
How's your audio and your battery life?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good on everything. I got my charger back. My girls brought me my charger to my laptop, so I am good to go.
Perfect. I don't know if they heard on camera, but I opened both of these and they were both very pressurized and had a very loud pop.
She was so proud of that when we opened the first one. She was like, "Yes, it worked." And I'm like, "Good job, girl. Let's get it."
Ugh, trying to rip the plastic off. I'm gonna have to pick it up off the floor later, but that's fine. All right, trying to get this all the way down. See if you guys can hear this pop. We're gonna try to open this bad boy. No pop. It's taped.
Oh,
the tape stopped it from popping. If I would have broke the tape, maybe it would have popped. We got it open though.
That's fine. I think we're gonna have a special guest for a second.
Well, I'm excited. Who do we have?
You want a glass for it?
No, I've got one.
Get the limoncello poured up right now.
Look, it's Mrs. Drizo with her mead.
Hey, we have your meat on the table.
He's got the meat on the table.
I see that.
Yeah,
That's the second batch.
second batch. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we have one open from the first.
Okay. Love you, Mrs. Drizo.
Love you.
Love you too, baby. Wow, that's gonna be potent. Wow.
No Discord, Torp. Come on, you got to get Discord, man. We're gonna make a channel just for you. Jesus Ortega, he knows what's up. He's posting his tequila recommendations. He said the Silagus, that's the one that he posted, I believe, and then G4 Fortaleza.
Man, that is dark.
Soju gonna take over if my wife has anything to say. Soju is definitely one of those also in my cultural background. So the guys I hang out with at work, I have guys from Korea, South Korea, and also
Ooh.
Laotian. They're from Laos. I have two guys from Laos that Soju is definitely one of those. I know it's more of a Japanese one, but it's more of just Asian in general. I think that's been an adopted culture for it. So.
Yeah.
Ooh, this limoncello is freaking good. Oh my goodness.
I bet it is. That's cool.
Sweet tarts and lemon. Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Even Tater Dom's dabbled in the tequila. Was the Reposado,
Ooh.
a Widow Jane, and Neho collar.
Man.
Torup's Tequila Talk is going to be the name of the channel. I can see it already. Bugging the Sun.
That's
John's already
hilarious.
trying to get a channel plugged in. We need Torup to fucking nut up or shut up and get a Discord.
So this is definitely a lot different smell when it's been chilled.
Guns and Bourbon said he's going to stop by to say hi. Hey,
What's up,
appreciate you
Guns and
stopping
Bourbon?
by, man. Even if you're not hanging out, thanks for coming out.
We do love Guns and Bourbon. That is true.
Discontinue now, though. I hate discontinued shit. Tater Dom, don't remind me of discontinued shit because that means I can't get it.
Man.
Tom Swart, I have not seen him in chat. Good to see him hanging out. Cheers,
Okay.
guys. Sipping my last bit of Basil Hayden toasted. You know,
Define it, man.
people bash Basil Hayden, and I know it might be overpriced for a Jim Beam product, but I actually like just regular Basil Hayden. I drink it over ice. I don't necessarily drink it neat, but
Yeah.
it's not a bad whiskey. So having it the toasted barrel, I bet that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ooh, saying that Coscanes is also available in
Yeah.
Texas too, so I'll have to look for that one.
So my buddy actually picked it up. I don't know. You may remember this, but when we were up there last time, he picked up the Casa Dragones.
Yeah, no, I do remember that. It was like an allocated one, and he paid like a premium for it, but he said it was definitely worth it.
Yeah. No, I think he paid like $330 for it, but
It's a lot for tequila.
It was normally like $380, $390, but
Okay.
yeah.
Shadow 5115 says, "Cheers, Miss Drizzo. Bottle kill tonight.
Cheers.
Basil Hayden toasted." So he's killing some Basil Hayden. Gotta be fresh soju though. Yeah, fresh soju is the best soju.
Soju's good. Soju
We
bombs.
can do
Yeah.
soju bombs live. Okay.
I'm down.
So
I'll go get a bottle.
I got a couple guys. If they come over, we can do soju bombs, but understand because of the work that they do, I may or may not require them to wear a ski mask. So just saying.
That's fair. I'll wear one. Brad will come on.
Tried some tequila while counting last year. Did a flight and found I like Anejo.
There you go,
So
Sean.
yeah, I mean, when you got Blanco, Anejo, and Reposado, I think the Anejo is probably one of the better ones for me. I can see the appeal for the Reposado. The Blanco is a little too light for me, but the girls seem to love it.
I like Blanco with salt and lime. I mean, I know that's pretty basic, but that's what I did drink.
We got someone else already in the Discord chat asking for a Rebecca Creek Spanish Oak, so that's the double barrel Spanish Oak. So we'll have
Let's
to add
get
it
it.
to our list. So we will be probably buying at least 2 cases. If we get enough interest, we'll get 3 cases.
Yeah.
Remember, if we buy by the case, that's 6 bottles per case, which is better than 12 for one. But 6 bottles per case, we get the cheaper rates.
Yeah.
Favorite pistol caliber: 40 Smith & Wesson, 44 Magnum, or 9mm. Might not be appropriate for YouTube to keep me monetized, but we're not monetized in the first place, so I have no problem answering that. But we'll let Jeff answer first since we're not monetized. I don't care if we talk about this shit.
So you actually can talk about it. You just cannot hold actual firearms in your hands. That's the rules for YouTube. I do a lot of podcasts with gun tubers.
Perfect. So well, let's talk about favorite pistol calibers.
As long as you're not
My
holding it
very
physically.
first handgun that I purchased was a Glock 23 Gen 4, which was a subcompact 40 Smith & Wesson. That was my duty weapon.
Nice. Mine was my first one was a Glock 22 Gen 3 40 caliber. I remember I went into actually you probably know the place. It's over there in Fort Worth. It's called Cheaper Than Dirt. You heard of it?
Yes, I have.
So I remember I went in with my ex-girlfriend. I was 21 years old, and I kid you not, this is funny because it's been a long time, but I bought the gun, a laser sight, and a box of ammo for $340 out the door. And they went to run my background check, and I had no idea what I was doing because I never bought a gun before. And I filled it all out, and he goes, "Well, you got delayed." And I'm like, "What does that mean?" He goes, "That means you have to come back in 3 days." And I go, "Okay." And then he goes, "Here you go."
So let's answer Torp's question, though. What is your favorite caliber?
My favorite caliber. So I don't want to get too preachy, but in Revelations, it talks about how Christ will come back with a sword dipped in blood in his mouth. That literally translates to the Lord's caliber of 45 ACP. It will always be my favorite.
I'm going to say
always be my favorite.
My favorite, based off of ballistics price and like the best available option on the market, is going to have to be 9mm. I currently have relocated some pistols. The only pistols I currently have are all chambered in 9mm. So if that doesn't tell you that's my favorite caliber, I don't know what does. Nothing against 357, 38 Special, 44 Magnum, 40 Smith & Wesson. It's just 9mm, my preferred caliber for a handgun. So we're talking pistol caliber. Rifle cartridge, that's a whole other game. But for pistol, 9mm is the choice.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you the most fun to shoot, though, is definitely 44 black powder. I think that's the most fun to shoot.
I'll be here for a bit. Monday is the date night with my wife, so I'll be here till she is ready and maybe after, depending on how long you go. Well, I will go as long as you guys allow me to. I do have food that I have not consumed yet, but I don't care if I have to heat up in a microwave afterwards. We pulled the food out of the oven just for the wife so she could have it. She made a comment. She's like, "What if me and your son eat it all?" And I said, "Well, I guess I'll have to figure out something to eat, but we're going live regardless because we're a man of the people."
You're a dedicated man.
Resposado wasn't aged enough, and Double Añejo was too much age. I know I'm killing the spelling.
Double Añejo. I've never heard it put that way.
Well, I'm assuming it's just double aged. Guns and Bourbon says 9mm, so he's on the same track as me. The Lord's Caliber 45.
Shadow
knows what's up with Jeff. If I don't win the packaging award for this box, I'm going to fight the guy that packs better. Gunner, you'll be very surprised on the little packaging I use for what you're receiving, brother. But, I think you'll still find both bottles will be intact.
Oh, yeah.
First pistol, 1911, LOL.
That's not a laugh.
1911s, if you get the right 1911, there's some budget options, but if you get the right 1911, those are just super nice, high-end, smooth, reliable handguns. My only complaint on 1911s and 45 caliber, and you can roast me all you want, Jeff, for 45 caliber, you could be like, just aim better, but it's capacity.
Just aim better.
When you talk about double stacked 9mm 2011s,
yeah,
versus a 1911 7 rounds of 45 ACP with one in the chamber, I'm going to pick the 2011 with a 9mm all day, every day, because more rounds gives me more distance. More distance gives me a chance to get away from the threat.
Yes, sir.
Because we might not always end the threat, but I don't. if I ever have to deal with somebody and I have my wife and kid with me, I'm not going to put the bad guy down. That might be Jeff's motto, to go hunt and seek that to stop the guy, stop the threat, so he doesn't hurt anyone else. And that would be my motto if I was alone. But
yeah,
when you got your wife and your kids with you, the answer is not to go be the hero and not to put down the threat, as much as I would love for that to be the answer. The answer is to get out of danger. And if that means finding the nearest emergency exit and just putting rounds between me and the bad guy, that's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
So the more rounds I have to do that, the better.
I respect that. So leading to that, my question for you. So what's one handgun, if money was no object, that if you could have, you would have?
I am a huge fan of the Staccato 2011s.
God, those are beautiful guns.
They're wonderful. The only other one I can think of off the top of the brain is that alien gun. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
The one where
the alien.
Yeah.
It's a gas. It's a gas system. Yeah, it's a gas system.
It's like a $5,000 handgun, but it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's very similar to what's it called? The freaking pistols where the slide like reciprocates, but the frame is a lot higher on it because it has a lower bore axis on it.
Yeah, it's a straight barrel. It doesn't tilt.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Les says, "Cheers, folks. Good to see you, Les."
Cheers, brother.
Sig over Glock for me. You know, I am actually
get out of my house.
I am not a Glock fanboy, even though my very first handgun was a Glock. But I will definitely say that I will not be buying a Sig over a Glock either.
All right, but all this kind of confusion just totally threw me off. Okay, I'm a Glock fanboy through and through. I am a Giga Chad when it comes to that. So
I mean, Glock was my first handgun, but I'm not buying a Sig over a Glock. So I'm not answering to Torp's response. I have my own preference.
Now I'll tell you what, the one that I would like would be the 220, but only because they only make the Raiders for the SIGs. And I think that's one of the coolest PDWs ever. John
knows what's up. He said he's never held a gun. He used to stomp some dudes with an intervention on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. 360 no scopes.
That's right. Nothing like holding a Barrett and doing a 360 with it and hitting somebody dead center.
Those Rugers, not just the Mark IV, but any of those Rugers that are chambered in the 22 caliber, those are definitely fun.
So, unpopular opinion, I actually took a rep to the gun range last Tuesday, and I got to really put in some work with my Ruger LCP, my 380. And with two hands, it is a miserable gun to shoot, but one-handed cannon, dude, that is one of the most accurate guns that I own, and I love that thing. So, but again, 7-round capacity.
Yeah. We got 15 concurrent viewers, and we have
we do,
likes, which is what I like to see.
That's right, Chad. Hit that like button. Press share to your Twitter channel, to your YouTube channel. Send it to your grandmother, even if she's sleeping.
Hey, Rusty, the Bourbon Syndicate, man. We're hanging out drinking, guys. So, Rusty, I know you like to drink while you're on stream, man.
Yeah.
Click the pinned link. You can join StreamYards. I'll bring you on. We're going to move some of these stuff off to the side because we finished our limoncello. We'll be drinking some of the mead.
Gun talk brought everybody back.
Trying to see where we're sitting at. I know we got a lot of stuff going on. FN57 because I love losing tons of money every time I go to the range. Hey, 5.7 the ballistics, man, and the speed on those, though, armor-piercing rounds. Somebody say, what?
Yeah.
Can't argue with RJ 9mm. You get more capacity protection is the most important.
So, see, and see, I agree with you, RJ, because you definitely do. You know, on my 9mm, you know, it's 12 plus 1 or 15 plus 1 all day. But, and you know what I'm talking about. Since I got those PDW MCKs, like, I can hold more rounds with a second mag than I ever thought possible. So, like, that is still, like, not changed me on that. What's up, Bob?
Bob Santos saying,
dude,
hi,
our
guys.
favorite freaking New Yorker, man.
All New Yorkers are assholes except for Bob. Change my
That's right.
mind.
That's right. Well,
We
him
got
and
another
Trump.
guy backstage. We're gonna bring him
Let's
out
do it.
front and center. We got Mr. Professor Rusty J. Lugnuts. What is going
Hello,
on,
brother.
sir?
What's
Got
up,
the Off-Track
fellas?
Syndicate shirt.
Yes, that's right. Man, I'm late to the party. I've been freaking sleeping, eating, hacking lungs up, fighting whatever this crap is.
Hey, we're right there with you, brother.
I was sick literally last night. I'm still sick today, but
Yeah.
I've gotten over most of it. So
Yeah, I feel better today, but it's still just hanging on.
Yeah. Hey, Rusty. So I had a question, man. My youngest son was like, dude, that guy's hat is so freaking cool. Where did he get it?
no, I offended Shadow 5115 is also from New York. Oh, I was shot in the chest. I'm so sorry, Shadow.
The hat you can get at AmericanHatmakers.com. And
Okay.
this particular one is called the Marlowe.
Marlo.
The hat band my wife made for me. You can buy the hat plain. They have pre-made with different hat bands and stuff, but it's quality leather, handmade American hats. And
Can I get it with the hair extensions?
I know, right?
you can add it if you want, but no, the hair extensions hair extensions. No, it's all mine.
I know it is. I know it is. I just thought it was funny.
No, that came about because I in 2020, October 2020, I shaved everything except for my eyebrows. I shaved everything and even waxed part of my chest to raise money for warhorselegacy.org, a veterans organization in Winslow, Arkansas. And we reached our goal, and I said, we make $1,000 and it's all coming off, and I'll wax my chest, which was the worst thing I ever agreed to.
Yes,
that's super respectable, man. I mean, when you donate your time and your efforts and your hair for a good cause, even if it means painful waxing of your chest.
Oh, and my wife, she was all too happy to do the waxing. She enjoyed the hell out of it, and I thought it was a little sick that she enjoyed applying that much pain to me, but whatever.
I mean, Bug in the Sun said, yo, is that Rusty Off-Track Syndicate / Bourbon Syndicate / hashtag yardstick?
Yardstick.
So.
Yes.
I think we could pay everybody's house payment with the amount of times you got whacked.
So we're currently drinking, or at least I'm currently drinking. I got the meads on the table. Jeff has batch 2. I'm drinking batch 1 right now, but we have batch 2 right beside it. So we're just enjoying the mead.
What is this mead?
It's mead. So Jeff's wife
Makes it?
made this mead.
Nice.
So Miss Drizzo. We won't leak her name on camera unless Jeff wants to disclose that.
Right.
But batch 1 it's a little bit like the best way to describe it's a white wine with lemon like citrus flavor to it. So it's got a little bit more of a bitter note to it. It's not overly sweet.
Right.
Batch 2, which is the second batch, where she's kind of figured out what's going on from batch 1 to kind of change it. It's got a lot more honey in it, so it's a lot sweeter on the nose, but not necessarily on the tongue. It's still a white wine, but it's a little bit sweeter, but it doesn't have that sharp lemon taste that I get from batch 1. A little bit more well-rounded. It's both of them are still very enjoyable. I mean, I'm going to drink them, but I'm going to have a headache tomorrow because wine drunk gets me a lot more of a hangover / headache than anything else.
No. Take one of those. Hey, take one of those pills that I gave you that are not illegal.
Oh yeah, I do have those.
Yeah,
they're like enzyme. They're like my wife is like a homeopathic, all natural kind of woman. That's why I love her. And she got these for me.
Drugs on camera, guys.
Yeah, they're completely legal, but they help with like stomach digestion. They help with processing sugars a lot faster. Like they changed my life because me and RJ do the same thing. I noticed it one day. We were both like,
got the burps.
Yeah.
So these are just the enzyme pills. They're from Amazon, guys. They're I'm sure Jeff can hold up a bottle of it on what it is. but they're nothing fancy. It's not like the normal ones that you guys see people plugging their channels for, where it's what is it, Z Biotics. It's not that. It's like an Amazon version of it.
No, it's definitely brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, the greatest video game everyone should be playing.
Yeah, so the
We're gonna
wife
take it with alcohol too.
in 2012, I was diagnosed, that I had the diabetes. So
The diabetes.
that pretty much cut out my beer and wine. The wife and I had gotten pretty heavy into making wine. We were still real amateurish, but we were doing it and we loved it. Loved everything about it. The whole science.
Yeah.
You get the hygrometer and you put the sugar in and you measure your stuff and you do all that and then you put it off and let it ferment and the air locks and all that. And we got all the stuff and we were doing it, and then that happened and that just died. And I was like, shit. And I got to looking around and well, shit, I can drink liquor as long as it's not flavored and it doesn't affect my my sugar level at all. Well, it can affect it in that if you don't pay attention, it can drop too low.
Yeah.
It does not raise your blood sugar. And, so I pretty much switched up to that because that's all I got left. I can't do the drugs anymore. And, and the beer and the wine's out. So this is what I'm left with.
I'll tell you what, one of the best drugs that I still do to this day, which like I personally recommend, is testosterone.
Oh, absolutely. I'm on 2 shots, two times a month, every 2 weeks.
Nice.
And it is a complete life changer for me.
Oh yeah.
The only issue I've heard from people taking testosterone over long periods of time, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but it's bone density. I have an uncle that had to have 2 hips replaced because of testosterone, but at the same time, testosterone has given him the quality of life he's had. He recently had his hips, both of them, replaced, and he is 100% as if nothing ever happened to him. But he said that's the downsides that he was not told when he got on testosterone from his doctor.
Wow.
And
So
he really regretted not being on testosterone, but he really regretted the fact that he had to go through this procedure because he was not notified beforehand that this might be an issue that would arise in the future.
So it is. No, you're absolutely correct. That's one of the downsides of it. The thing that my doctor is actually in the military. He's still Army. And he gave me all the breakdown of it. But the cool part, which has helped me prevent it and will keep me preventing it, is one, there's 2 things that you need to do. Okay. And a lot of people have got off this, but it's a nastrazole. A nastrazole is what you take when you do your shots. And Rusty may be able to concur this. It is an estrogen blocker. So when you're producing so much testosterone into your body, it naturally wants to go over to estrogen. When you limit that, okay, there is a blocker for it. So you block that, so you have all the downsides of male PMS and boobies and whatever. But the other thing is, I drink cow's milk. I mean, I drink a gallon a week or a gallon every 5 days, and that keeps my bone density up. So,
well, he hasn't given me anything for the blocker that you're talking about. All I know is I do not, and he says he thinks it's because I started smoking pot at such a very young age. Like I was 13 years old and I smoked it up until I was 30.
Yeah.
Damn near every single day. And I've had several blood tests, and I stayed off of the testosterone for a few weeks, and they did another blood test, and I am not producing any testosterone naturally, none, zero. And so I have to have it, and I can tell, I can tell when I'm needing a shot. It just, my whole world changes. Like I get super depressed when I don't have it, and it just it's like night and day. It's unreal.
I have heard that when you inject testosterone, whether it's natural or synthetic, that your body realizes that it's overproducing, so your body tells itself to not produce it at all. So where now you become dependent and reliable on it, which is another issue that I've learned.
Well, and maybe that's where I'm at, but
it is.
when I was first put on it, he said that I was really, really low. So I don't know.
Yeah. No, he said, and another thing my doctor told me, he said, if you don't work out, it's gonna be wasted and dumped just to use your energy to wake up through the day. So yeah, that's a big thing. I'm a big advocate of that for all men. The second you hit 30 years old, go get your testosterone levels checked, because it's a serious thing. It helps with your mental capacity, especially if you're raising children. Like, you don't want to snap on them, like my
Right.
wife got on me. I kind of snapped to my kids tonight, and she was like, you need to go relax or do something. I was like, RJ's getting on. She's like, go.
Texas Slim said by Amarillo wrote The Harvest of Deception. Check them out.
Yep.
So these meads, just out of curiosity, is there a special way that I need to store them after they've been opened?
I would put them in the refrigerator if you want because you know how you have the bottom. So she's been told to leave the bottom right here. I don't know if that's completely clear, but this one right here, like the
sediment, the yeast.
Yeah. I would put them in the refrigerator, but it does change the flavor profile of it. But speaking of which, are you doing any giveaways today?
I can. I wasn't planning on it.
Let's give away a bottle of mead. Let's let someone try it.
Cool.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I would definitely keep them in the refrigerator after you open them. If they're not opened and they haven't had that first release of carbonation, you can leave them in the sun.
Oh, they've definitely been relieved. I don't know if they heard the pop on camera, but those things popped.
Yeah. That's how you know you did it right. She was so happy the first time she heard it. Like, she got so giddy, like she was.
The first one scared me. I was like really hoping that someone picked it up. Shadow, you already freaking know. That's the first thing I clicked on was Duck Race, so we could set one up.
Yeah, let's do one. I mean, we might as well, man. Let's do a giveaway for your channel, brother. And they can pick first batch, second batch. Doesn't matter to me. So you've given them the flavor profile. So
we're trying to get everything set up so we can get a banner going and everything so people can actually join.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Rusty, I got a question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Because you were older than us by like 5 years. What is, like, I'm always curious about this because I've always been a man who respects his elders and loves knowledge. I'm always the person that's seeking more. So what's one thing you could tell yourself at 30 years old that you wish you would have known when you were 30? Doesn't have to be something serious. Could be something stupid, but
right. I'm trying to think of something, like wisdom, like
yeah.
Stop smoking. Stop smoking now. Stop. I mean, I wished I'd have done that a long time ago. The cigarettes. That really screwed with me. Yeah. Stop. Take better care of yourself.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, because I am a broke down mess. But how old are you?
I'm 34, sir.
34.
Yes, sir. I haven't smoked cigarettes in 5 years, so I've definitely taken that to heart.
I used to smoke cigarettes, and it was very addictive to me. We smoked a lot more than just cigarettes, and we were able to wean ourselves off smoking in general.
Yeah.
I will say that if I do smoke, which I have not, Jeff can attest to this because he had cigars at his house. I very clearly specified I will smoke a cigar, but maybe once or twice a year. And I had the opportunity to smoke a cigar with Jeff, and I chose not to. So it really does show my restraint on my ability to smoke versus not smoking.
So, and I guess maybe some people do. I've smoked a cigar a few times, but I've never been able, even when I was smoking cigarettes, I've never been able to inhale them things at all. It was all more just the flavor in the mouth from the smoke stuff, because it was just way too dang harsh, so it was mainly just for to get the taste. I don't know, they just seem really, really harsh to me.
Yeah. Hey, we'll throw another one on there, RJ. Whoever wins the meet, I'll throw a Drizo Nation t-shirt in there.
Did you like how I put hashtag Drizzo Nation? Just
I
like-
saw that, so I'm like, hey, I got Drizzo Nation shirts. We'll throw one in there. Like, I think you can attest to how freaking comfortable they are. They really are.
So we got Shadow 5115, the Bloody 81, Gunner L, and now we have Chris Jenkins as the next entry. So we only have 4 people entered in, guys. If you guys want to win and you're watching, I know we don't have a whole lot of people watching right now, which is the best time because it has higher odds for you to win.
Yeah.
That's great.
We're currently showing 14 people watching. I know myself, Jeff, and Rusty are probably 3 of those, but Rusty can enter in if he wants to win. I don't have to enter in to win because I have batch 1 and 2, so I'm excited to be able to have a bottle for myself already. I love it.
Yeah.
I guess another piece of wisdom, since
Yes, sir.
we're letting me really
Yes, sir.
deal out the wisdom. Start saving for retirement now. If you're in your 20s, dang it, start throwing $15. Seriously, $15 a week right now. It will save you so much stress later in life, and just throw it in there, and then do something with it. Throw it in a what do they call that? An index fund, a stock market index fund, where it's just a little bit of all of them, and you just follow what the stock market's doing. Throw it in there. Keep throwing $15 every week at it, and that's like what, lunch now.
Yeah.
I think you'd be happy to say for me, Rusty, I'm talking about my personal experience on this.
Yeah.
I have access to the TSP, which is mainly for military personnel and federal officers.
Right.
I have about $300 per month going into this, and
Nice.
I've been doing this at 10%. I can do 5% match, but I've been doing 10% to 15% of my salary goes into
Nice.
this fund, and it is currently worth $30,000 right now. And I haven't even had it for it hasn't even been 5 years since I've worked where I'm at right now.
That's
so
awesome.
the money's definitely there. I've been saving on the side too, on top of that, but I understand the importance of saving for retirement because
it is.
compound interest is way more valuable than any dollar amount that I can put up in a later date.
Absolutely it is. I agree. And that's one of the things that I try to push. And I've actually got a couple more videos. I've got another video I'm doing tomorrow, but it's funny you talked about that, Rusty, and you brought this up. I love that. It's kind of how great minds think alike that are, centered. But my thing is, like, you guys know, obviously I lost my job last Tuesday. We're not going to go into the details, but a lot of people, when they lose their job, they freak out.
Yeah.
Do I look freaked out?
Yeah, no, and yeah, that's good. You're prepared for it, and it took me a long time to get to where I won't. If something was to happen, I've got a little bit of a cushion that I didn't find something else. I've definitely made life hard for myself, and have really just come out of the cloudiness of my stupid youth. And it took me till I was nearly 50 years old, but it just, if I would have just been smarter and listened to a few people instead of, it just seems like you get into that rebellious stage sometimes, and you just you don't want to listen to anybody. Nobody knows what the hell they're talking about. I'm gonna find out what. No, listen to people. Listen to the older folks trying to help you, man.
Absolutely.
It will save you a lot of grief.
I think the biggest thing my father showed me, because my father is a very, very successful man, and my parents had me in a 1-bedroom studio in the middle of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they had nothing. My father and my mother are still married to this day, and they have amassed a great amount of wealth, and they've worked very hard for it. And my father showed me, I didn't start saving until I was 32, and investing and doing stocks and things like that. My father showed me, if I would have started saving when I was 18 years old, and I would have been able to retire by the time I was 38 and live off of that comfortably and pay myself a certain salary. It's not a joke. Like it blew my mind when he showed me that. I said, all right, I'm still on track right now. By the time I'm 46 years old, I will have investments. I will have consulting firms, but I will not have to wake up every day and go report to another person to give me a paycheck.
Right. Yeah. Heck yeah.
It just takes discipline. I mean, it really does.
Yeah. Yep.
And not eating on camera is another really big thing. You cannot do it.
Yeah. RJ.
Good old nuts.
Cashew halves.
Oh, my favorite. Oh man, I love cashews, man.
Have you ever had cashew butter?
Yeah.
Yes. Holy crap! I will never buy it again. I
Yeah,
will never. No.
that and sunflower butter. Oh,
Yep. I will never buy cashew butter ever again. That is horrible. I will eat the entire jar in 30 minutes and I will regret it for the rest of my day.
yes. Oh,
So we
I
have
love
6 people who have actually entered into this giveaway. We'll give it a couple more minutes, but 6 people. So you guys have very high odds.
Wow, they got good odds.
Yeah, let me make it a little more difficult for them. I'm actually gonna just create a post real quick on my YouTube channel.
Currently, we have Shadow 5115, the Bloody 81, Gunner L, Chris Jenkins, Les, and Tater Dom entered in for this giveaway. Rusty, is your wife allowing you to actually drink that Knob Creek 12?
No, she's not. I actually, she's in bed.
You're gonna get hit with a yardstick, man.
I know, and I kind of had a bottle stuck out. So
That's a good wife. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
Adam
That's
just
a
typed
good
in the
wife.
magical phrase so he could be entered in.
she locks it up for me because I haven't learned to drink responsibly yet.
Hey, at least you're drinking at home.
That's
You know,
right.
the funny thing about that is since last Tuesday, my wife has just been like, "Oh, we don't have to buy as much Coors Light." I'm like, "Oh, weird." Because that's my water. I really appreciate that Coors Light. It is as cold as the Colorado Rockies.
Oh no. Torup said, hate to be that guy, but cashews are the worst nuts for you. What's so bad about these, Torup?
No. I don't want to hear it. Don't type it in chat. No.
I'm going to get a
don't care.
handful of them right now.
Give me some. All right. Give me some. I don't care. No. Thank you. Thank you for shutting up. Love you, brother. This man with all his wisdom. Seed oils are poison. Now I'm just going to go hunt down sunflower seeds and just take a video of me pulling them all out of the ground. And dang it. Beef tallow. Yes. Beef tallow is, I will agree with that. McDonald's should go back to deep frying their fries in beef tallow. Those were freaking amazing.
Rusty wants to get in on this giveaway.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really take the
You can sip it.
mead, but I don't know.
We'll throw in a couple of those pills for you so you can tolerate it.
Okay, all right.
If I can get some fresh pecans, because I have my parents' house, they have 2 pecan trees on their lot. Those things are freaking awesome. Pistachios, if I don't have to fucking shell them myself, then I'll eat pistachios. But if I have to shell
half
them,
the fun, man. What are you talking
if I
about?
have to shell the pistachios, they can suck me off.
That's like going to
I'm
eat
not
crab
eating them.
legs. That's like going to eat crab legs, man. What are you talking about? The work is the rewarding part.
There you go.
We work with our hands.
Seed oils are a process way different from eating a handful of nuts. Torup's entered in, and Mr. Lopez.
And by the way, Shadow, I need to mention, I didn't realize you're from New York, but you did say 45 caliber is the Lord's caliber, so you're not considered actually a New Yorker. We're still working on Bob. We love Bob.
Mr. Lopez is plugging in the Dirty RC Bar. If you guys haven't checked out that channel, the Dirty RC Bar is definitely someone to check out. Basically, sub to Filthy Rick.
There we go.
I am sub to the Dirty RC Bar, so if you guys aren't, you should be. That being said, I don't think I've seen any of their content recently, so I'm going to have to check to see if that notification bell is actually turned on, because YouTube loves to turn that shit off and not show me anything to the people I subscribe to.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Haven't seen anything from the RC Bar, and I 100% blame the YouTube algorithm for that.
Yeah, my wife has actually been unsubscribed for me 3 times. Now, either she just really hates me, or YouTube really just doesn't like content.
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
But it's funny because YouTube will randomly subscribe me to random channels that I click on accidentally, and it's like I
Yep.
watch a video and I'm subscribed to them, and I'm like, why would I subscribe to this person? I accidentally clicked on this. This was an ad or a sponsorship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so those two guys, the older and younger guy that do the bourbon reviews, and they always do like they talk with each other and they're at a bar. Do you know what I'm talking about?
SLB.
Yeah, I never subscribe to them. They always pop on my channel. I keep unsubscribing, not because I just don't want to watch them. I've got other guys that I want to watch. Nothing against them by any means.
They're
I
a good
think
channel.
they're
The only
good.
problem I have is when you get that big, they don't even read super chats. Like you could send them $5 or $10, they might not even read what you send them. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like I'm sending this person money to read my comment, and they won't even read it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, that was my biggest problem of why I never went and bought like super expensive camera equipment. Because like when I had my first video hit 1 million views, like I started getting so many of those things, and I was trying to keep up with all of them. And the further I got away from the camera, the less I could read them. And you'll even notice in some of my earlier days when all that stuff happened, like I was at a table and it was so far away from me. And I was like, I'm not going to get this expensive camera equipment. I'm going to be here, present, and authentic in front of my crowd, because it's a community. It's not a crowd, yeah, we're on stage, if you will, but like, the second you lose that ability, because even when we do blow up, because I plan on going pretty big. I mean, I've already got a buddy who's over 100,000 subscribers. He has hit 109,000 subscribers, and we talk on the phone every day. He's never changed, and that's how I want to remain.
So this is something I learned from Victor. He used to have the channel The Whiskey Panda, but he had to delete his channel.
Yeah.
But I'm going to paste this link right now so you guys can see this. This link that I just posted right now. If you click on that, that's for Beach Sand Bourbon. If you're not subscribed to him, it literally asks you a prompt question. Would you like to subscribe to this channel? Yes or no, before you can actually see their channel. So you have to forcefully say no or yes before you can actually see their channel. All it is you posting their YouTube link with a little algorithm on the back end. So the algorithm on the back end is !sub _ confirmation equals 1.
I would like to say that I am number 200 subscriber. So
if you're not subscribed to someone like that, like if you send it in that aspect where whatever YouTube channel you're plugging, it forces anyone who clicks on that link to see, hey, are you subscribed? Yes or no. If you're subscribed, it ignores it. But if you're not subscribed, it's going to ask you that question, which I think is the coolest thing ever, because it's like, talk about a click bait and switch. Like that's the best chance of getting someone an extra sub just off of posting their link. If you just add that extra phrase on the end of it. So Torp said fancy. Yeah, no, it is super fancy. So Victor from the Whiskey Panda, I know he doesn't have a channel anymore, but he showed me that, and I was like, man, I'm going to start using that now, and I want to get that list put together and formulated for Chris Jenkins, because Chris Jenkins is my number one mod and most other channels' number one mod too, to let him plug channels, and that way whenever someone clicks on those links, because I click on those links too when he posts them, especially if I haven't seen them before, like the Jamaican, I clicked on his stuff before. The T from the events. There's a couple channels that are like that, and when you click on that, it's pretty cool. Why do you stop? Mr. Lopez, if you're in my Discord, which I know you are, we'll talk about it off camera. I'm going to try to keep it off YouTube because of the nature of what happened, but I have no problem telling you. It just won't be told here.
Yeah.
I need to learn to do that. So, Chris Jenkins, your list that you have, all I need you to do is just copy the end of that. So that end of that link, that question mark, all the way to =1, just copy that and then paste that to the end of all of your links that you currently have on your notepad. And that'll force people to have to answer yes or no if they want to subscribe to them when they click on your links.
Absolutely.
Blame Putin.
No. I will be against that forever, because I believe, has everybody seen the Tucker Carlson Putin interview?
I have, actually.
Okay, so I believe that has changed a lot of people's minds, and I won't say it on your channel, but there's a reason I've always stated what I've stated about that man, and I have nothing but the utmost respect for him.
Oh, Chris Jenkins says he clicks on the name and copies and pastes it. I didn't know you could just do that. I always assumed you had a notepad with all the links already attached to it.
No, you just copy and paste it. It's simple. Hey, Chris Jenkins, I have a question for you. So I knew a Chris Jenkins. Are you in Texas, or were you in Texas?
I don't think he's ever been in Texas, so I'm going to answer that for him. I'm going to say no, but it would be
Okay.
awesome if he was.
Because I went to high school with a guy named Chris Jenkins, and that'd be pretty cool.
All right, so we have Shadow, we got Bloody 81, Gunner, Chris, Les, Tater, Adam, Rusty, Torup, and Mr. Lopez.
Rusty, where are you at? You're in Alabama?
Freaking Bama.
What's the best food that you guys serve there that I can't get here?
Oh, heck, I don't know. Chicken and waffles? Maybe. No, it ain't that. I don't know. It's probably all the same food.
I bet y'all do. I bet y'all do a better chicken and waffles because I mean, my last place we did chicken and waffles with infused waffles with syrup, but I bet your chicken's a little more tender.
Michael Bortner typing the special phrase to
Not
be entered
barbecue.
in, sir.
Oh, I will say this though. I will say this. You'll never believe who reached out to me. Terry Black's Barbecue.
Terry Black's Barbecue.
Yeah, they're looking for a general manager.
Nice.
Terry Black's is the second most rated barbecue restaurant in Texas.
Wow.
Yeah, they got wind of the unfortunate incident and have decided to ask me. So I actually have a conversation with them next week. It's going to be interesting. Way better barbecue, by the way. Like way better.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have 4 pit masters that work all night long and that have specialized in it for over 15 years. It's pretty incredible. Michael Bortner getting in on it.
I gotta pop out chat.
Yeah, this meat makes me feel different.
Yeah, no, it's like I'm getting wine drunk, you know?
Get a barbecue place to drop seed oils and I'll line up customers for you. Oh, man. No, we're actually doing a pretty big thing because now I'm no longer under NDAs. So I am consulting for a bar and restaurant, and we are going to go full force with it. So I'm excited. Is this a duck race?
It is.
Oh man, these are my favorites.
So we're running 1 minute 30 seconds. We just shuffled 5 times. We got 11 names in there. Michael Bortner was the last one to enter, and we're gonna roll it right now.
Let's do it. Oh, those guys in the front are wasting their legs.
I love the freaking quacking. I think it's hilarious.
It is. It's hilarious. They're wasting their legs, man. You're using too much of your energy.
Gunner L saying rigged.
Oh, man.
It's all about that last 15 to 10 seconds.
It is. It really is. You never know what's going to happen. This is a good one. Torup's coming up front with all of his knowledge. I think he's going to bite it, though. He's going to run
30-second squeeze. He's going to run out of gas.
He's going to run out of gas.
Torup saying quack, quack. Go, Yoshi Duck.
Falling back. No.
Here we go. Last 15 seconds. Last 10 seconds. It could be anybody's race right here.
Who's that coming up? Who's that coming
Shadow's
up?
coming all the way up. Shadow's going to freaking take it.
Shadow's coming up. He's going to win it.
Shadow's going to squeeze it. Shadow squeezed it. I called it. Shadow squeezed it. The Yoshi Duck.
The Yoshi Duck.
That's awesome, man.
Shadow 51-15. That is a giveaway win. That is going to be some Drizzo Nation t-shirts. So you'll need to send him your size. You'll need to send me your name that you want on the package. and the address you want it delivered to, and then you'll also be receiving a bottle of mead from
Let
Miss
him know.
Trezo.
Which one you want, batch 1 or 2? Because batch 3 won't be ready for about 3 or 4 months. So
So congratulations, Shadow. Your duck won.
that's right. That's
My
awesome.
duck identifies as a turtle.
turtle.
That's why he's so slow.
Oh my gosh.
Congrats, Shadow. Congrats, Shadow. Going to roast my damn duck. Number
Duck's
2, at least
delicious.
congrats.
Not gonna lie. Your duck lost, at least you get to eat it.
Hashtag Rick.
Shadow
Right.
said, awesome, thanks. So yeah, man,
Good
reach
job,
out to
bro.
him. If you need help reaching out to him, just message me and we'll get you in touch with Jeff.
Yeah.
I like the duck race. It's different from what everybody else does. I like that.
So it's
Yeah,
funny you say
so-
that. I plan on trying to do another giveaway in the future, but I want to do it completely different than even the duck race. Like I want to go like a whole other aspect or route to it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do another giveaway, whichever batch he picks, we'll give the other batch away with a shirt because I've already paid for it. It's already been written off for taxes this year. So
Just got a Discord ping. Let's see. Shadow just messaged me, said, is Drizzo on Discord?
yes.
Yes, he is. Are you in my server right now? I can't remember if you are or not.
I have no idea. I don't know how to work the internet.
That's my deal. I can't.
I literally had a 24-year-old from Illinois doing all of my video pictures and editing and stuff. Like, I don't know how to operate this stuff. I just know how to talk to people.
I've got just enough grasp on some things that I can do it, but
whenever you go to Discord,
Yeah,
Jeff, I
I
just
saw
sent
it.
you a Discord invite to
got
my
it.
server, and then that way we can get you guys in touch.
Done.
we
Done and done.
there's just so many things, and I just can't think to check everything every day, and I get behind on everything, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah. No, we got it. I'm in there. So get him linked up with me and we'll figure it out. And whichever batch he wants to know the tasting notes, RJ. You're the master taster, man. Like I enjoy good things and I can taste them, but like you're infinitely better than I'll ever be at that. So
All right, I just pinged you guys both in chat saying Shadow at Drizzo, welcome boys, ask me questions on batches. That way I can get you guys set up to really know which batch to do. I definitely liked both batches. I just feel like the white wine with a lemon flavor was a little bit more bitter and sour, so people like that. I think batch 1 is very desirable. I think batch 2 is definitely sweeter, especially on the nose, but that sweet nose is not quite translated over into the actual taste, but it is definitely sweeter.
yeah. So I'll let you know whichever one he picks.
I liked them both, though. I did like them both. I just think I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah, no, and again, this is her first time at it, so she had some pretty good guidance. I've got a buddy. I actually did a live stream with him on my channel. He's up in Michigan. His wife is like the connoisseur of making mead. Like she's done some phenomenal stuff, and I think she did really good. So sweeter over the bitter. So he's actually going to pick batch 2.
Torup said he's seen some marble race stuff that neat, more random versus ducks, where winner always comes out nowhere last seconds. Yeah, we'll definitely be finding new, more intuitive ways of doing giveaways because I think the giveaway aspect is very important to me. Doing the whole wheel spin thing, it definitely works, or like a random picker from a comment, like that works too. But I feel like the decision's made too quickly, and it doesn't give you guys a chance to like cheer for whatever you're watching or dealing with. So
yeah,
I'll be excited to try to like revamp this and find the best way to do this. So I'm excited.
I like the duck races personally. Like these are the most like into it. Like my kids will watch it and they'll get so into it. They'll just pick a random duck and be like, "That's the one I want to win," and like they're just shouting the whole time.
Teeter Dom wants to know what I thought about this bottle that Adam from MajorXero recommended, the Shanky's Whip. I'm not going to say trash palate, but I will say that it does not quite taste like Dr. Pepper. If I had to compare it to Dr. Pepper, It is a non-carbonated, extra sugary sweetness, so it's a lot more syrupy, no carbonation, and it's very sugar forward. So, if you like this and you like Dr. Pepper, I would say add ice to it to help dilute it, and even mix it with Dr. Pepper. But this kind of reminds me of like the Dr. Pepper cane sugar, not the normal like added cane
Ooh.
sugar. That's kind of the flavor profile I get from this. So I will
Yeah.
say that Adam does not have a trash palate, but I do think it's a little too sweet for my liking without watering it down or icing it down.
Okay. I respect that.
Wait, what if
Nate
you
Rice is in the house. Said, "What's up, RJ? Booker's bottle collecting dust right now on my desk, grinding out the last college semester before opening." I am glad that the Bookers made it to you, brother. I am so excited that you got that bottle. I hope that you open it and really enjoy it. I'm glad you set a goal of finishing out your last semester of college before opening it. That'll be a very cool celebratory pour. It is a Jim Beam product, very earthy, very nutty, peanut, not peanut butter, but peanut forward
Peanut.
bottle, and it is very awesome to
It
have.
really
So.
is. It really is.
Michael
Oh,
Porter said he'll be back in a few. Have to eat. You know, I have to eat too, but I can't just walk away because we're live streaming for the boys. And guess what? The boys eat first, and the boys eat content. So if we're
Yes,
not dishing
sir.
out content, they ain't eating.
That's right. What if you got one of them soda streams and threw that Shanks whip thing in there and throwed some carbonation in there, huh?
Shanky's Whip. You know, they told me I should go to 7-Eleven before I did the live stream tonight to get Dr. Pepper, but I didn't want to have to go back out because I was already out twice today.
Yeah.
But I think this with some carbonation might do me some justice.
Yeah.
Adam also pointed out this goes great with ice cream, so maybe we'll try it with some ice cream.
I have heard that vanilla ice cream with a little, whiskey of your favorite choosing.
Ooh,
a
soda
little
jerk orange. Chris, I'm going to text my wife right now and see if she's still awake. If she's still awake, we're going to have her bring us a special shot that has some soda jerk orange in it. We have had it, and it is freaking awesome. We're going to text her, "Are you awake?" Because it's kind of late, so we're not sure.
All right, so he won batch 2. So if you want to give the batch 1 away with the Drizo Nation shirt, I am willing to do that as well. I've already got his information. We'll get it sent out to him in the next day or two. I just want to be giving, It's one of those things where I've always learned that even today, I run security for my children at co-op. I wear a full plate carrier, full dressed out. Cops come by all the time. They always wave at me, say, "Hey, thanks." And I went to Taco Casa because it is the Lord's Taco Bell. As much as I love Taco Bell, Taco Casa is the Lord's Taco Bell, and it never fails me where I when I'm in a mindset and I look behind me and I see somebody and we make eye contact, it's natural for me to go up to the window and go, "Hey, put his tab on mine." I don't care if he pays for the next person or not. It's one of those things where it's like, if I have it, I'll give it. And so, really, really a great saying that I think everybody should follow. And if you do it more when you go through a fast food, it's going to cost you $10 to $15 more just to show somebody else, "Hey, man, there's still humanity in this world. People are still watching out for you." And you never know what that person behind you is going through. So I always make it a point to try to do that shit.
I've never tried to do the whole pay it forward thing because I know that can be kind of annoying for the restaurant, but I understand. Like, I have absolutely paid for other people's meals, just not through the drive-through. In fact, last time my wife and we went up to Oklahoma, there's a block where there was some homeless that was on the side of the highway for the toll road. There was a gas station and a Sonic, and I made sure to buy extra food specifically for him. So we stopped by, and most of the guys, when you talk to them, they're like, "Hey, yeah, all right, this guy ain't gonna get me shit." But I asked him, I said, "What do you want specifically, like food wise?" Because I didn't have cash to give, but I was gonna buy food.
Yeah.
He made a comment. It's like, just a breakfast burrito with hot sauce would be cool. And I said, okay. So I made sure, like, when I ordered at Sonic, I got them 2 breakfast burritos. One was bacon, one was sausage, and then got multiple different kinds of hot sauce. I said, add extra stuff in there, guys. Like, this is for the guy in the corner, peppermints, whatever. Make sure we get some. I want to get him a drink too. I said, let's get him a Route 44 Powerade, so he has some sugar, but also some hydration.
Yep.
When we drove right past that guy again, and I handed it right out the window to him, and he came running over. And to show you how much that means to people, because I understand giving to homeless, a lot of people say, like, oh, they're going to just spend the money on drugs. When you give them food and they actually ask for food like that and they are truly hungry, they show their appreciation immediately. That man didn't even hesitate. By the time I handed him the first bag, he had already had a burrito in his hand and he was scarfing down half of a burrito before I could even drive away because he was that freaking hungry.
Yeah. And coming from somebody who was homeless, like I lived in my truck. I still have that truck in the back. RJ, you've seen it. I slept in that thing, and I'm not a small man. And when someone has a true appreciation for grinding and want to make themselves better, they'll take any blessing they can get, and they won't neglect it, and they'll pay it forward.
There's some people out there that they don't want those blessings. I've dealt with those guys as well. There was a family at a Walmart where they had 2 small children in a shopping cart, and the mom was there, and they were asking for food and groceries. And I'm very specific when I walked up to them. I said, hey, what do your kids need to survive and enjoy life right now, food-wise? And I will buy it while I'm in the grocery store. She argued with me and said, oh, no, just money. I said, that's not what your sign says. Your sign says food.
Yeah.
I am a humble servant and I will buy you food right now, but you need to specify what you want. And she said money. And I said, that is not what your sign says. And I argued with her for a good minute. And I eventually went inside, and you guys can call me an asshole if you want, but based off her reaction, I read her very clearly. I reported her to the Walmart employees and said, hey, you have someone outside that is panhandling.
Yep.
And I have no problem supporting somebody who needs food and needs help. But she does not. She's asking for money, even though her sign says food. I offered to buy food. She declined my services to buy her food and requested cash. I said, this person's panhandling and they need to get the fuck out of the front of the store because someone who actually needs it might actually ask, and I will not support this person at all. And I think you guys should ask her to leave the property. I was 100% right. So when I left the property, when I finally bought my groceries for myself and left, their husband came through in a van, so drove up and picked them up with a car to drive off. So they were panhandling, asking people who had a sore spot for kids for money, even though they advertised that they would accept groceries, which they did not accept.
Oh yeah, no, and you're not wrong for that at all. Like when I was on route for UPS in the neighborhood I lived in, there was always a family out there, and the husband was ever there. It was always the wife and 2 kids, saying, hungry, need to help, and they were standing right outside of 7-Eleven. And I always asked them, I said, hey, I'll go in here right now. I'll get you some, hydration drinks, food, prepackaged food. I'll heat it up for you. What do you need? Same thing. No, we just need money. And you don't need money. If your kids
Matt
are
from
really
Whiskey Wisdom, cheers, man. Good to see you.
Hey, cheers. What's going on, brother?
Whiskey Wisdom, what is up?
That man loves yellow crayons. I don't care what anybody says.
Matt is awesome. I have so many things that I want to say to Matt. I hope he comes out and joins the live stream. I have 2 Whiskey Wisdom shirts that I love to rock. Anytime I'm out and about, they're like, hey, what's that? And I said, go check him out on YouTube. It's Matt from Whiskey Wisdom.
Yeah.
No, the whole homeless thing, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn when I say that I donate to people who are in need, but I am one of those people that I absolutely will sit there and question somebody on the reason on why they want money. If you want drugs or alcohol, I'm going to be honest, I don't care. I'm going to give my money regardless of what your background is and what you want it for. But that being said, if I know you're in need of food or clothing, I will buy that first so that you don't even have the temptation to use the money that I give you, the cash I give you, to buy what you want as far as your fix, whether that's drugs or alcohol. Absolutely. I'll buy you the necessities first.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, if I don't have the ability to do that, I have no problem giving a $20 bill and walking away and saying, however you spend that, if you want to buy cigarettes, if you want to buy heroin, marijuana, whatever, that's not my judgment to pass. That's yours.
Yep.
I hope that you use the money that I give those people to the best of their ability on what they need. But that's not always the case. But that's not my judgment to pass. So I'll leave it at that. But I don't always give. There are people where I can definitely read between the lines and see this person is literally just panhandling for money. And I will tell those people to go get bent because I can read through them.
Yeah.
I'm a behavioral detection officer, so I won't do that if I think someone's questionable. I will do that when I know 100% without a doubt that this person is literally just asking for a free dollar.
Yeah. Yeah, I was rocking my Whiskey Wisdom shirt last night on Off Track, even though I could only see half of it because of my camera, but I still had it. I was aware.
Mr. Lopez, if you don't have the money to buy a Whiskey Wisdom shirt, they're $26 plus shipping. I will buy one for you, sir, and have it sent your way. Just reach out to me via my Discord. Let me know what size you want. I have your address from the samples from that you won, and we'll make something happen. If Matt feels bad, because I know he just posted the website. If Matt feels bad, Matt, just send me the freaking discount code if you got one. That way I can at least save on the shipping, and I'll buy a shirt for Mr. Lopez so he'll have a shirt to wear.
There you go.
Damn it.
There is a website, Mr. Lopez. I've reached out to her as well. I'm trying to get a channel or a section on her page for myself. I want to do merch too. Haven't heard anything back. Maybe Matt can make something happen. I know that she's local to Matt. I'm not trying to overtake Whiskey Wisdom. I just want to have a spot where if people want my merch will not be my true merch. It'll be merchandise with my brand on it, yes, but the recommendations will be from subscribers. So I've had 2 recommendations. One recommendation is to have like a print of a shirtless person with the RJ the Fed on it. And then the second one was one that Bourbon Hall Wade has created, which he actually has a shirt that is being sent to me. That'll be my first shirt that I actually have my brand on, and it's not even mine, it's Wade's.
Yeah. That is what's up.
Chris Jenkins said he loves the blend, the collab live. I did too. I love that. The Bloody 81 and Jesus said he saw this dude straight up had a sign asking for money to buy weed and pizza. You know, if you're transparent about it, I have no problem supplying either one of those, preferably the pizza because the other one's maybe not legal.
Yeah.
Yep. I am sipping on Old Scout, though I'm taking it easy. I may have to work in the morning, so I've just had a
Torp said,
I'm drinking
favorite book then what everybody is saying. Are you talking about Booker's? What are we talking about? I'm confused.
No, so I'm drinking actually birthday bourbon. It is delicious. It is amazing. I don't care what anybody says. It is what it is. Adam even got a nonchalant answer on his video from the Old Forester reps, just the same way I got. They know what it is. They just don't want to say it out loud because before you know it, this will become allocated.
I'm drinking limoncello straight from Italy. It's my dessert pour. I have a little bit left. I think after this, though, I'm still sober enough, even though I've had all this other stuff, we might actually switch to whiskey, even though this was a non-whiskey strain.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're doing that, I'll switch to this. The good old Russell's 10-year.
Russell's 10 solid.
This stuff is just butter, man.
So we got one more backstage we're going to bring on.
Let's bring him on.
The myth, the legend, Bob Santos.
Look at this good man right here.
What's up, guys?
Bob Santos.
Favorite New Yorker.
Well, see, I'm going to get in trouble if I say my favorite Texan.
No, it's okay. You can say it. It's okay.
Right. Drizzo, you're my favorite Texan.
Thank you, sir. I still
fall
carry
closely behind in second, hopefully.
So
Hey, listen. I'm as
because Rusty's here.
No, you should.
And
Wait,
we
what?
have-
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
God dang it, Bob. We love you.
So
that is
Rusty,
the biggest power move I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
Rusty can actually one up you though, because even though you might have bought that Knob Creek 12 for $50, which is well below MSRP, Rusty one ups you, and he paid 0. He paid free 95 for it.
That was good.
I mean, that is the coolest thing ever. I thank you guys. I had no idea.
Well, when you hit whack number 101 with the yardstick from right now, I'll send you another model.
Yeah. She's sleeping. I ain't gonna wake her up. I'll be dead.
Yeah.
Jesus says, don't need to break that bank for birthday bourbon. No, you don't. If you buy the Old
don't.
Forester 100, the 1 liter bottle with the orange labels, you might be getting some Old Forester birthday bourbon distillate.
I'm gonna die on this hill. I don't care what anybody says. Listen, I have had the guys from the distillery tell me, and they were like, "If you tell anybody, we'll kill you." I don't care. I have no NDAs.
I did try to trade somebody the other day. They declined my offer, but I was going to actually trade my my. Can't believe I'm saying this. I was going to trade my 13th Colony Double Oak for a Old Forester birthday bourbon.
I would have done it.
I would have done
I wouldn't have questioned you.
Oh my god.
I know the 13th Colony Double Oak is like one of the most sought after bottles of
It is.
last year, but the birthday bourbon for my son as a birthday pour,
And
but also for me to prove whether Drizzo's lying through his teeth or whether this is actually birthday bourbon, I would have had 100% guarantee if it was or was not, because I'd be able to try them side by side.
And I'm waiting for that day when someone can go, "Holy shit!" Yeah, you're correct.
yeah, I've seen those Old Forester bottles. I haven't picked one up yet, but they're plentiful around here.
Yes, they are, and for a very cheap 35% tax rate on them.
No, I don't pay that much.
Torp says the bloody fruit bat, the guys that mark everything up way above what it should be, has the 1 liter for 37 plus or minus. So if it's the right 1 liter and it has the orange label, I don't know if I trust fruit bat. You could definitely have some pretty good distillate. I've had the Old Forester 100 before. I had the 750 milliliter bottle. I use it in my battle of the budgets, and I remember drinking it, and I didn't care for it. It was one of my least favorites. One of the guys rated it highly, but then they still had that bottle left over at their house, so I tried it again. It was so freaking bad when I tried it at their house that I had to mix it with soda. I mixed it with Coke, and I could not use enough Coke to drown out the flavor that I got from that Old Forester 100. And I can tell you the 1 liter bottle I bought when I was with Jeff is night and day. It is not the same bottle, it is not the same distillate. I can't say it's birthday bourbon, but it is definitely not what I had the first time, because the other one was so freaking bad. Not even Coke could drown it out.
Yeah.
Is my volume better now, Torp? How do you say? Is
Yeah, your
Torp?
volume's way higher.
We just
now.
say tore up. I know you sounded 10% versus 100% to y'all. I have my audios. I have a scroll wheel, so I have to change it.
Yeah,
I
I wish I could change individuals, but I have it a lot higher than I would normally have it
stupid
set at.
mics, like, yeah.
Yeah, I had it set to automatically adjust mic. I turned that off and slid it up to like 90.
It's better.
Now, what are my thoughts on what, brother?
Torp said you're at like 40% now.
All right, I got a little more.
We can't please him. All right, we don't.
I know.
Drink tequila.
Torp's the tequila guy, so I mean, you don't have to please him if you don't want to.
Yeah, I don't know much about that.
We know. We've seen your bourbon hauls. We know that you don't know a lot about tequila. You just know about like good whiskey.
I really do, Bob. Golly, man.
Speaking of good whiskey, I have an open bottle of Midwinter's Night Dram. I think I'm going to pour up some of that.
You're an
I'll do
asshole.
that next.
You both of you are assholes.
I do have
I
a
have
sample of it, but I gotta wait and do that on camera.
Yeah, I have a sample bottle of that, which is phenomenal. Thank you, RJ.
So once I pour up the sample, or I say sample, the pour of this bottle will be put in the closet for bottle kill. So this bottle will never be seen until our next bottle kill video.
Because it is honestly one of my top 5 of all time.
I do have Act 11 Scene 3, which is the an earlier version of this that is 100% sealed. So we will be drinking that too.
Which one is that? Is that Act 11 as well?
This is Act 11 as well, but is Act 11 Scene 6. The one that I have sealed is Act 11 Scene 3.
That
I
stuff
heard
is
all the
beautiful.
scenes are the same. It's just Act 11.
Act 11 is the same year, but the scenes are different times of which the year it was bottled.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, it's truly incredible. Like that is one of the most beautiful bottles I've ever tasted in my life. And I am not a rye guy. I really am. I'm not. I don't really care for rye, but that thing is one of the most beautiful like pieces of art ever created inside of a bottle.
Cool. I can't wait to try.
So
it.
we have Kelsey's Creek single barrel in there. We got Eagle Rare, Widow Jane, Decadence, and Elijah
What
Creek
batch?
small batch,
What batch on the Widow Jane?
38. And then we have that Midwinter's Night Dram now. Those are all ready for bottle kill. Those are closet bottles until we do our bottle kill stream. But our bottle kill stream will consist of about 20 bottles when we do that. We'll have some people come over to help us drink those down.
Yeah. Bob, what's
Last
your
time
thoughts?
we had 20, we got super drunk and we were vomiting in the backyard, but it was fun.
What's
Bob,
my what?
what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on
I haven't opened it yet.
it? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh. That's
Matt's asking for some controversy in the chat. I know you're asking that towards Jeff, but
I'm gonna say it as discreetly as possible so YouTube doesn't vouch it. And I can say this in a way because I've been doing this for a long time to get around this stuff. So I'm gonna respond for the first one, Daddy. I don't care what anybody else says. The second one is clearly going to be that was staged, and you can actually go back on YouTube right now and watch 4 different scenarios where somebody was wide open and stopped running to get tackled as soon as he looked at the ref. That is not a controversy. That is plain as day. And the other two, they're both bullshit. They're complete bullshit. They will always be bullshit. I have several doctors, including one who's been in the military for 22 years, that told me it was bullshit.
So my funny joke that I told on last night's live stream that I'll tell on this live stream, even though you're asking Drizzo. So Taylor Swift endorsed Joe Biden as the next president of choice for next year. But let's talk about how every time Taylor Swift has a breakup, she sings a song about how she chose the wrong man.
Right.
If your whole career is based on how you have really poor decision making, I'm just going to say you have really poor decision making. The second you look to a celebrity to lead your guidance in your moral and logical arguments is the second that you decide to go, you know what? I'm going to take that blue pill and ignore everything around me, because CNN and CNBC never tell lies. They always tell you the truth, and they will never, ever deceive you.
Fact checkers can check this one too.
That's right. Because
so John from Bug in the Sun wants to know what the SRP on the Midwinter's Night Dram is nowadays. So the last couple batches, like 10 and before, they were around $90. The new MSRP is around $150 to $160, and
bars,
I've seen
it's
them as high as $200 on secondary.
For bars, it's $148. So
I paid less than that for this.
Torip wants to know, no infinity bottle, guys.
wait.
I have lots of infinity bottles. You just have to ask what you want to see.
So
If you want to know your options, I'll post my options, but Jeff's going to flex with his options.
I don't have an infinity bottle, but I have a bottle nobody can pick up.
Exactly. Hey, good night, Chris Jenkins. Thanks so much for coming out, man. We really appreciate you. You're one of the biggest supporters of this channel, and along with other YouTube content creators as well. So we
Good night,
appreciate you, Chris.
Night, Chris.
$160 per bottle to one dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Limit to? Yeah, they should have limited those one per customer. I paid $159.99 for my next batch, which is sealed, but the one that I have opened, I paid about $200 out the door for mine, which I would still buy to this day. I swear, Midwinter's Night Dram from High West is about on tack with Thomas H. Handy. There, I said it. BTAC. It's on track with BTAC.
It's better than Thomas H. Handy, and that's my personal opinion.
Carlo.
It's definitely lower proof though. So the Thomas H. Handy's 124.9 for 2023. This is less than 100 proof, but the blend is just so freaking phenomenal.
All right, so I don't have an infinity bottle, but I do have a little bit left of this, which I will actually not drink. I don't drink this. I actually just give this out to people.
I know. I tried it, and that is phenomenal.
Yeah. So
can I say what it is?
Yeah, go for it.
So Benchmark, not the old number 8, but you have the bonded, the top floor, the small batch, the single barrel, and the full proof.
Yeah, so it's
That-
a single.
That is
it's a-
essentially a single barrel foolproof,
Yes.
which is basically a blend of those two in one. But it was actually bottled as a single barrel foolproof, which you will never see the light of day of. And I tried it knowing that it was something that was along the lines of Stag or Benchmark. And when I tried it, I was like, man, this is exceptional, but can I get one of these? And he said, no, you cannot.
You can't. This was given to me by Sazerac. They let me pour half a bottle into this. I still cherish those guys. They actually, matter of fact, I just had a conversation with them yesterday, and they're literally saying, "Def, let me know where you go because we're holding on for you." So these guys, like, I will say something about Sazerac. I know a lot of people have issues with them. They put these rarities out. Secondary market's ridiculous, but these guys have been nothing but loyal to me. And this is special. It's so special that I've had 2 drinks out of it, and I will never drink another thing out of it. So when someone comes to my house, this is what they can have. They can have a glass.
I
of
really
this.
enjoyed it, even though your wife seemed disappointed when you brought it out to share it with me. Which I think I think she probably changed her mind when I left a Russell's Private Barrel Select in her house.
She did.
So
She did, but
the
it's
nose
good.
on this is really interesting.
It's a blend, so it's not just a true rye whiskey, but Bug in the Sun. So John's saying, Bob, with the fresh crack. Yes, that is a fresh crack. And you said that you saw it selling for $200. I would say, Bob, or something. No, it's not Bob. John.
I'd buy it.
John. $200 for your first bottle of Midwinter's Night Dram. 100% is worth it.
Yeah, there was 13 bottles in Denton County last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess. And I was promised a bottle. The bottle never came.
Hey,
obviously.
Carlos from the Whiskey Corner says, cheers, RJ, Drizzo, Rusty, Bob, everyone in the chat. Carlos in the house.
That's a good man right there.
Yes, he is. He's an awesome guy.
So this is Christmas candy when I was a kid in a bottle.
Yep.
You know, remember the Christmas candies that were shaped like the ribbons that did this?
Yes.
Matt, I just want to say fuck
That's
you. I'm
true.
not reading that comment out loud because I know you're trying to bait me into saying some shit.
Smells like
I
nothing.
actually have a shirt that talks about master bait and tackle as a tackle and fishing shirt. So you can suck it.
That's right. No, like seriously, Bob, that is one of the most desirable bottles for me. I like above anything. Like I still have Last Drop coming. My Sazerac rep is still said
nice.
you're getting it.
I told you if you couldn't get that
That
Midwinter's Night
Midwinter's
Dram, I'll give you my sealed bottle. It's on the shelf. I haven't even opened it yet. So if you can't get that still, I got it.
Well, he's an a-hole, and I'm going to call him tomorrow and tell him what a piece of shit he is. But
If your connection's severed, I have trades lined up. I can get more Midwinter's Night Dram for you for sure.
And
my
they're all over
wife-
too, Jeff. If you don't find one, let me know.
no, I can't. I in Texas, RJ knows this. We get 40 to 42% of all the allocations, and the stuff just disappears because it goes to high level spenders. But my wife loves that bottle, and the whole reason I really want that bottle, for me personally, it reminds me, like you said, of that Christmas candy that you got growing up when you go to your grandmother's house, and it was just a nostalgic thing. But for me, because of how hard my wife works, my wife is a stay-at-home wife, and she has put up my shit for the past week because I'm at home. But like, she loves that, and to me, it's you know,
That's why I
like
brought
this
another
community.
sample over. As soon as you said that, I'm like, let me bring another sample. And
Dude,
you're like,
she's
I already
so
have a
happy.
bottle coming. I'm like, nope, I'm bringing a sample of it anyways.
And she literally told me today, I was like, hey, I said, we've had a little bit of a rough, start of the week. Do you want to pour this? And she goes, this is how much I love my wife. She goes, we're going to open that sample when you land this next job.
Nice.
And
That's awesome, man. Celebrate
Dude,
together.
I have the best wife in the world. So
That's great.
yeah, that is one of those iconic bottles. We actually have a bottle of wine that we got on our honeymoon up in Hochatown in Oklahoma, where we stayed at a private cabin. It was beautiful. Like, I can't wait to go back. But we have a bottle that's wine that's only distilled there. It's a blueberry wine, and it's not overly sweet. And like, we didn't even open it. We're not going to open it for our anniversary this year. But that bottle, she goes, we'll open that sample from RJ because that's how much it means. you know, when you land this next job, I have, you know, 5 interviews. I have some incredible offers. You know, I even, believe it or not, I had Hooters reach out to me. Hooters was like, you can come right now, but the price they want to pay, I'm not working.
Something is better than nothing, though. So if you don't end up landing something, you might want to take something over nothing.
Oh no, I will. I have plenty of offers. I can go work right now.
Torb saying that he's was asking about the Calumet 16. I've had the 15 year, which is not a true 15 year. It's a blend. I think it's 15 and 8. I thought it was good for what it was. I haven't had the true 16 year on its own. If the price is right, Torp, I would say buy it. But at the same time, like if you're not in a position to spend money, based on the shelf you have, though, I think you are in a position to spend money. Maybe not quite Bob Santos like, but pretty close to Bob Santos based off of the shelf you have. Because I don't know if you guys understand, and I need to post the link because Torp wants me to. He bought a custom whiskey shelf that's about a $3,000 shelf. Like it is.
Golly.
That's just the shelf. That's not what's on it. That's the shelf.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to buy a shelf.
No,
Yeah, I know. I heard.
that's a
Whiskey
good
Corner
one.
saying check Windisky here in Florida. I saw 2 stores that had them back for at 170. So yeah, Bug in the
Still a
Sun.
good price.
I know you're not. I know you're not in Florida like that to be getting them for 170. But we can help you get a Midwinter's Night Dram. If I just send you a sample so you can try it before you buy it, I think you'll fall in love with it. And I think you'll
I
pay
don't think you
200.
need a sample.
This is great. This is great. You don't have to. You don't need a sample.
Just buy a bottle. If it's $200 or less, like even $200 before taxes, I think it's buy for your first bottle for sure. I know it's a lot of money. I honestly think it's better than Thomas H. Handy, which was one of my most sought after and highly valuable bottles that I was able to get last year. The Midwinter's Night Dram is definitely on par, if not slightly ahead of the Thomas H.
Hold on.
Handy.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out right now.
I can find out alongside. You don't have to be the only one that pours up some Thomas H. Handy. I know yours is a fresh crack, but I can drink my Thomas H. Handy alongside you if you want.
I won't pour it up because I can't taste it.
Hang on. Gotta find the thing.
He has a backup bottle of that. Spoiler alerts.
Whoa, is that a crack?
Uh-huh.
And he has a backup of the fresh crack. Spoiler alert.
All right.
Bob, you are a
Guns
scholar
and
of
Bourbon
our
says
stuff.
hashtag sock puppet. I'm glad you remember that. Guns and Bourbon. It's hilarious. My dad said he's like, I changed my YouTube name. He changed it to Papa RJ or something like that. But he made a joke and he said no. He said he changed it to hashtag sock puppets dad or something like that.
God, that's beautiful.
We're gonna let that sit for a few minutes while I finish.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That Thomas H. Handy's 124.9 proof, which drinks a lot hotter than your Midwinter's Night Dram.
Mhm.
All those Midwinter's Night Dram are just under 100 proof, but the spice from the blend of the Midwinter's Night Dram, it drinks hotter than 100 proof. So
It's so
they
good.
balance out pretty close because the 124.9 on the Thomas H. Handy is actually a lot sweeter than a high proofer. So I would say that they both, if you had to put them on a scale for a proof point, I know the proof points are different, 100 and 124.9. They drink about 110 proof if I had to put a number to it.
This
Midwinter's Night Dram is so
Devil's
good.
Tower reminds me a little bit of the Midwinter Night's Dram.
What is it?
I
Bob?
have a Devil's Tower on the way. It's a Redwood Empire Devil's Tower. It's a limited release. I have one on the way. I paid $100 for it. Should be here Wednesday or Thursday. So whenever Jeff's in town, Jeff will get a sample of the Devil's Tower along with his wife.
But it's a high rye bourbon. It's not a rye, but it
Correct. It's a high rye. Yes.
So,
similarities.
Rebecca's Creek, Spanish Oak,
Yeah.
RJ.
I
Tell
got
me,
2 bottles.
tell me
two
what
bottles.
you do, and I will.
So my Discord right now, there's links in the description of this YouTube live. Join my Discord. We were actually talking about it. I am going to be buying a case of that. There's 6 bottles per case. We're going to buy multiple cases based off of interest. I will take the money up front. We're going to collect the bottles, and I will get the bottles out to people who have purchased them.
Awesome. All right, and I think I am part of your Discord, ain't I?
And you can buy multiple bottles if you would like. I know it might be a bigger commitment, but I did buy. I have 10 boxes right now. I bought some more bubble wrap. I bought some more tape. We are definitely set up to ship again, so we are set up. We are not set up to ship samples, but we are set up to send bottles. There, I said it on stream, but we are set up. It's a newer Discord, so I don't think you are, but you're more than welcome to join. I'm more active in that Discord now because it's mine, and they're wanting to talk to me directly, which I thought was crazy. Who would want to talk to me? I normally refer people to Adam, but everyone wants to talk to me apparently.
Well, see, I don't want to talk. I just want to talk to the people who want to talk to you.
All right. Well, I guess somebody's got to send me an invite.
It's in the Discord description or the YouTube description of this video. So if you click on more and you scroll down, you'll see Discord link right underneath it. There's a link to join. You can click on that to join.
God.
Yes, sir.
I'll be right back.
Bug in the Sun, John is saying Bob's collection gives me disgusting fear of missing out. Waiting for him to say he picks up 2 JD12s.
I can't even find that here.
He doesn't have to pick up 2 JD12s because he already has one. Because I have a sample of JD12, and guess who sent it? It was Bob. So if he gets a second bottle, he's already at 2 JD12s.
My guy promised me a batch 2 when he gets it. So
Ooh,
I don't know when they're coming, but
That's awesome, man.
that is pretty neat.
Michael Bortner says he likes Sagamore Port Finish 2023 release a little more than Midwinter's Night Dram 11. Get the fuck out of here, Michael Bortner.
You are not an American.
I'm going to have to try some Sagamore Port Finish and compare it, but I have a feeling that is a lie.
I've had it.
I feel like you sit on a throne of lies because Midwinter's Night Dram Act 11 is one of my favorite whiskeys of all time, even though it's a
Michael,
blend.
you need to go listen to Johnny Cash like 18 times right now because you are on a dirt kingdom of lies right now.
so the handy is so different than
It is. It's
night and day because Midwinter's Night Dram is a blend and it's under 100 proof, and the handy, even though it's higher proof, 124.9, it's very sweet still.
Very
It
sweet.
is.
I think they're both exceptional in their own ways, but if you had to compare them,
I actually like the nose on the Midwinter's Night Dram better.
that's what I was about to say.
why we love
If you
Bob.
had to compare them to each other, I think the Midwinter's Night Dram would take the Thomas H. Handy because of one, even though they're both allocated, the Midwinter's Night Dram is more available, and two, the Midwinter's Night Dram on a cost-to-cost basis for average price found would be more affordable and findable than the Thomas H. Handy.
100%. Palate and finish, I'll give to the handy though. I mean, they just taste so different. They're very different than each other.
I like the baking spices more on the Midwinter's Dram than the Thomas H. Handy. I think they're almost too pronounced on the Thomas H. Handy.
Hey, Rusty found the Discord server, so he can scroll up and react. We'll get him on the notepad for that. That'll be fun.
Nice. Where's the list?
The list. Are you talking about for the?
Yeah.
The handy's pretty damn good.
It is.
So if you scroll up on the Discord server, I know it's a little bit ways back. You'll see a picture of where is it at? Above the, I posted a picture with 2 of the Spanish oaks in my hands. If you scroll up, you'll see a message right above that says who all is interested in getting Rebecca Creek Spanish oak. There's a fire emoji. There's 6 people that have reacted to that fire emoji. Just react to that fire emoji. That's right above the pictures of the Spanish oak.
I'm reacting now. Here's my fire emoji. All right.
The finish on the handy's still going. The spice.
Yeah, it lingers for a really long time. It kind of makes you go through that complexity of like 3 or 4 different baking spice notes.
Yeah, and it makes you think back. It's great.
It does.
So,
It's good.
so
it's phenomenal.
both the Thomas H. Handy and the Midwinter's Night Dram, if you're drinking them neat, which is how I prefer to drink these,
Yes, sir.
these are ones that you do not get a big mouthful of the whiskey. You take a very small sip and you enjoy it because I've noticed the Midwinter's Night Dram is way spicier and hotter up front of the tongue.
Mhm.
And the Thomas H. Handy, you can take a little bit bigger of a gulp of, and they'll be basically about the same on the
Just
heat
makes
level.
it out.
But they're both ones that if you're going to sip them, they are definitely a sipping whiskey. They're not something that you're going to get a mouthful of.
The handy, the heat comes later.
Correct. It's more delayed.
Yes.
The Midwinter's Night Dram, because it's a blend, it has a lot more action and flavor going on up front, a lot more complexity. On the back end, the Thomas H. Handy excels.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you which rye beats both of those.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
The Michter's 10.
Ooh.
John just pinned the message. So if you can't find it, Rusty, just scroll back down. John just pinned the message.
I got it.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go.
Yeah, no, I'll go for that.
Tater
which,
Dom
by the
just
way,
reacted with the eggplant emoji.
oh my gosh. Oh, which, by the way, when we get off live and we go backstage, Bob, are you willing to stay on for a little bit? I need to talk.
Of course. Of course.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, John, for pinning that message.
So if you had to pick, Bob, between Thomas H. Handy and Midwinter's Night Dream at MSRP of what it should be, which one would you pick?
I like the Handy better.
Okay. Fair.
Like I said, I like the nose better on the Midwinters, but the palette and the finish on the Handy is just awesome.
Okay.
The Midwinter Night Dream is also one of those toss-ups because you have the different acts and then you have the different scenes. And the different scenes are basically the same year, just different barrelings. But they're very similar profile. I would say same profile as far as mash bill goes. But the acts are very different.
For both of them.
Do what now?
I'll take my Sazerac rye over both of them.
That's hilarious.
Now I'm not gonna lie to you. So I had my Sazerac rep who brought me a barrel pick, store pick, limited release. 3 barrels came to Texas, and he brought me a bottle. I didn't know it was a barrel pick, and I also didn't know how rare it was. And I drank it over the course of a week, and I was like, "Man, this is freaking incredible!" And he was like, "Oh yeah, it was a barrel pick." I would have never opened it.
Yeah,
and it's not like I'm one of those guys that sells bottles because I don't.
Right.
It's just one of those things that I like to have for like super special occasions to like share with friends and family,
right?
And give them the best of the best. That's how my father raised me, and I'm pretty upset because like I drank the whole freaking thing.
Gunner's saying that Jefferson Ocean Rye 26, which I've never heard of, or
RD1
Maple.
RD1 Maple I've never heard of, but Ocean's 20 is gross. Like that is. And RJ, you have the same palate, similar to what I do. Your palate's more complex. You can pick out notes better than I do, but that spearmint bullshit, like I cannot stand. Like
so, RD1 in my area, and I can get these for Jeff as well, just as much as I can for myself because they sit on the shelf here. I can get the small batch, and I can get the Amberana finish, which is surprising because I didn't go to that store today, but I told you guys last night if I go to the store and I see RD1 Amberana finish, it is a done deal. Adam from MajorXero is 100% accurate. RD1 Amberana finish is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It is probably one of the best pours I've had for the money.
Yes, I had a sample of it, and it is freaking amazing. Except I took it as Applejack. It tasted just like freaking Applejack cereal to me.
Apple was also another flavor profile that was brought up to me, but the Cinnamon Toast Crunch was definitely forward on it. Victor Kinnikin from the Whiskey Panda, I know he doesn't have a channel anymore. He was the one who actually sent the sample. I tried it. I fell in love with it. And I absolutely will say that if I see a bottle of this on the shelf, I know the specs it has, and I'll probably go there tomorrow. I will be buying a bottle of it. I think it's not.
What time are you going?
I'll probably go between 10 a.m. and noon.
All right. So I've got a phone call at 10:30, but I'll be on the way I'll meet you up there.
You said you have a phone call? Are you going to be on the road while you do the phone call? How do you want to do that?
I got a phone call at 10:30. I'll be on the road on the way there. It's simple.
Okay, it's going to be the specs. I'll send you the address. It's going to be the one on Raglan Road. So it's Mansfield line. So it's the far outskirts of town. That's the specs I've had the most success for too, for allocated bottles just in general, just because it's not as hunted.
Yeah, no, I actually got a job offer yesterday in Mansfield, and I was like, no.
Yeah, it's far. It's freaking far. So if you're going to drive all the way out here tomorrow, I don't have a whole lot going on tomorrow. So if you want to hang out at the house, that way you don't have to drive right back right away.
Yeah.
I'll host you, man.
Dude, I'm down, bro. Let's go get something to eat too.
For sure. I'll have my son with me, but it'll be great.
Oh no, I hate kids. I totally don't have 6 of them.
I know you have 6. Gunner says, so you are getting the maple. They don't have the maple finish in my area. Adam had all of the lineup in front of him when I had the store he went to. I have the small batch bourbon, and I have the Amberana finish, which I will definitely buy at least the Amberana finish.
The Amberana doesn't have Armagnac in it?
I don't know. I'll have to look.
Okay.
So I just got a message on Discord from someone I sent a sample of the Russell's Rick House to.
Yeah.
God, that shit is so good.
And so the last two sentences was, I can't thank you enough. Thanks for giving me this experience.
Yeah, because it is an experience. It's night and day. And I appreciate the same experience you gave me, because even though I had a bottle of it in my fucking hands, I traded it away like an idiot. I should have kept that bottle.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And everyone in chat right now should point out how much RJ screwed up.
I got 3 Blantons in each other small batch and justified it with those. And honestly, I should have kept the damn Camp Nelson F in my hand instead of getting 3 Blantons in each other small batch for it.
The
All right,
Blantons-
so I'm just going to go bald right now.
Hashtag
because-
RIP for rip and chat. Hashtag rip and chat, guys.
right now.
Not yikes, because Bug and the Sun put yikes. Hashtag rip and chat. If I should have kept the Wild Turkey Camp Nelson F versus the 3 Blantons in
Hey
each
man,
small batch that I got.
if you're just giving away stuff, I have some Taco Casa things. If you want to give away another Rick House, like
Bro, I
Super
freaking love
sexy.
Taco Casa. Bug says if I can find the Amberana or Maple Finish, RJ done, please let me know. Bug in the Sun, I can definitely find the Amberana. I have not seen the Maple. The Maple is the brown label. I have not seen that. The Amberana Finish is the green label, which I have seen. There's multiples at the specs that we're going to go to tomorrow. I will buy those. They also have 8 bottles of the double oak, the Spanish double oak of the Rebecca's Creek. We won't buy those tomorrow. We'll buy those at a later date. I will be funded before we buy these. I will not buy these until I'm funded. So this is one where I'll accept money before I send them out.
What are they on single purchase?
$57.99 with cash discount through specs.
Are they better than the finest BTEC ever made?
It's better than Weller Special Reserve, absolutely.
No, it's BTEC.
No, that's Pappy. That's
Pappy. Dude, this is Pappy freaking 23. Okay.
In 23 years. In 23 years, it will.
Later, Les. Thanks for coming and hanging out, man. Everybody's putting hashtag rip because I shouldn't have traded the Camp Nelson F away.
We all told you that, but you know what? It's an experience, and we learned.
It's hard to justify spending $300+ on a bottle. It was $324 and some change for that bottle, and I was like, do I drink a $300 bottle or do I get some other shit? I did trade it away, yes, for Blantons, and I got 3 Blantons for it, which are 2 letters that I didn't have for my set, and I got an each Taylor small batch, which I gave away to a coworker for a gift.
All right, that's fair.
So
because
it did go to a good cause, but
I love Blantons. Like, I really do. I love Blantons.
But that good cause could have been a Camp Nelson F that I could have kept.
I do. Freaking said Pappy 45. No, I really do love Blantons. I'm one of those people that's like, listen, I know there's hype around Blantons because it's the most sought after bottle, but I think Blantons is one of the greatest bottles ever made.
When people say overrated, I just laugh and point at the shelf and say I have the whole lineup of all the letters now.
It's got flavor. It's easy to drink.
It's light. It's light. It's low proof. That's what makes it easy to drink.
But we might actually come out with a Pappy 45. So we've got the finest of the finest BTEC, Weller, and then
Michael Bortner said there'll always be letters except for when I have all the letters. The only thing would be exception to that is if I can get the straight from the barrel or the gold labels.
You are missing some letters. You're missing the C, the N, and the F.
This is the Camp Nelson F. I love it.
All right, so we're gonna pull
So speaking of mead, remember I told you,
that
we had a meadery for a while.
Yes.
So I found we don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post it and hold on. This was our mead, and we still have bottles of it, so I can send you some. It was actually pretty good. This is like a review of the meads that we did. Hopefully, I didn't just put the StreamYard in there by accident. Hopefully, I copied the right.
I'm sure you got the right one. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I posted StreamYard. Yep.
He did.
I copied the link. Yes, I did. I copied the link on the page I was on. Yeah, that's it.
John said he's going to be getting some sample bottles in from Amazon this week and wanted to know if I had if I wanted to try anything from his collection, which is freaking awesome that he's offering that.
That is awesome.
I just posted my Discord link and I just pinned it for YouTube. So if you guys want to join my Discord, it is now the most pinned link through YouTube. We will be concluding this live stream and we will be moving over to Discord. So we will actually be exiting StreamYard and switching over to Discord. That way more people have access to it instead of having to do the whole StreamYard link, because I know not everyone has StreamYard, but a lot more people have Discord. So if you guys want to hang out with us, we're taking this backstage, but backstage is not going to be with StreamYard. So we're going to actually exit this call and we're going to rejoin through Discord and the RJ's Speakeasy. Everyone and anyone is welcome to join. Bourbon and Guns, Gunner L's already in the chat. So we're going to conclude this live stream right now, and
Jeff,
we will see you guys over there.
Did you say?
Do what?
You said to hang backstage for a minute. That Discord is fine for that?
Can we do that? Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll switch over as soon as I can.
Okay.
You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys on Discord.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. I love you. You take care, and we'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Later.